Welcome to our season 1 finale of Wormhole Extremists. Ladies, we have made it 1 year in production,
I
and now we're going
know.
on a few months break. So
Yes, we
welcome.
are. Woohoo!
What a
Congratulations.
year.
First
Yeah.
year
Man.
done.
Right,
Tick.
exactly. 3 seasons. 3 seasons and a feature film out of the
Yes.
way. So very
And
Yes.
good.
several little films out of the way as well. We
Little.
did the Alien
Ex-
movies,
Oh,
or
sure.
two
Yeah.
of
But
them.
in
exactly.
terms of like
Yeah.
our long,
Yeah.
long-term milestone, can you see
Mm-hmm.
where I was talking
Mm-hmm.
about in terms of 5 years now? So,
Yeah. I
I
was
do.
wandering
Yeah.
around the kitchen grabbing a snack and I was like, wow, today's gonna be like the technically the year is up. And
yeah.
it's 3 seasons and it's 17 seasons of Stargate and 3
Mm-hmm.
movies. So it's a
Yeah.
lot and it kind of hurts
Yeah,
in a
if
good
Yeah.
way.
if there were 15 seasons, we would be 1/5 of the way through the canon. So,
Wow.
I can't
It's
do
a
3
long
episodes a day. I couldn't
journey.
imagine doing that. So,
Oh, I
No.
can,
you
but
can?
I understand that other people can't. I did 6 episodes the other week with Jeff Golker. I was having last week with no problem. I did 6 in one go because Jeff
Wow.
finished season 7 and was
I,
like, they didn't even reach the lost city,
I
and I
wish I
was like,
had that
I know
time.
Jeff.
You know,
Yeah.
I've been really fortunate to have Dial the Gate continue into like this super third season. So,
Mm-hmm.
and we've got more and more guests lined up, all behind,
Yeah, I saw
almost
that.
all behind the scenes people that I've been wanting to talk to for a long time.
Yes. Yes.
Bridget McGuire is my dealer. She's my drug dealer. So this is the stuff that she's just like, let's reach out to this person. Let's
You're
reach out to
behind
that
the
person. I'm like,
scenes.
yes,
That's
It's a
please.
drug.
cool.
I'm
That's
getting
exciting.
high on all of this.
Yes.
This is my drug.
Yeah.
So
That is
and
awesome.
we just talked with Dean Goodine yesterday. Me and Linda
Mm-hmm.
Gatekeeper Fury. He was a prop pretty master on 4 seasons of Stargate, 2 on SG-1 and 2 on Atlantis, and he went on, and I can't wait to share some of these stories. So just fascinating.
That's exciting. That
It's
is
very
exciting.
exciting.
We are.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if this was going to work today because we
Okay.
are doing this broadcast completely from my phone tether.
Are you
Oh.
kidding?
What's happening?
The fiber conduit under the front of my house got crushed this week, and
How?
they don't know how. And I'm the only one in the neighborhood, so lucky me.
You know what it is? Ritu.
The Ritu are getting under the ground in front of my house and
Well,
taking
they're
the
invisible,
plastic
right?
thing and
So-
pinching it, and it was like
Yes.
he couldn't figure it out. It's like everything's working. I'm like, well, he took 2.5 hours to figure this out. So
Oh
we
my
recorded
God.
the yesterday's show with my phone
Wow.
tether, and it worked perfectly locally with the Zoom calls. And I was like, well, let's broadcast and see if the conduit is big enough on my phone. And thank
Wow.
you, God. So I called AT&T and I said, I better not get overages for this. This is your freaking fault. So,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Jeez.
Ew.
Wow.
So how
Okay.
are you guys? Nicole,
Aw.
what's going on?
Oh, I'm so excited that we're taking a break because Starfield comes out early access on Friday and
Oh,
I'm
yes.
doing nothing else. I texted my boss and I was like, I'm not working Friday and I may not work the following week. I may call in sick. Prepare yourself. So if we're not doing any Stargate for the next few weeks, then longer, I am ready for 200 plus hours of
Well,
Starfield.
you
where I
better
barely scratched the surface.
put aside some time for me because I'm really, really interested to hear how the game is.
Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah.
So
You'll be getting
I've
constant
been looking
updates, I'm
forward to
sure.
this for a long time, but I am, have fun with it. I'll play it. I still have yet to play Fallen Order Part 2. So
what a good Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
Such a good game.
you go ahead and find all of the bugs and get rid of them for me, and then I'll come in and play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people are
Mhm.
saying they haven't encountered many bugs so far in their early access, and I'm like, you what
It's a
in a
great
Bethesda
company.
game?
It's great. It's a great company.
Wow.
It is. I feel like they had a lot of problems, but like they might be sorting it out. So hopefully.
Wait, so they
from
haven't
now
been
it's
they
not-
have been encountering a lot of bugs,
previously in their other games, not Starfield,
but not
so
in
far.
this one. That's a good sign.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Is this
for
the game
now.
that's been on in production for like a decade over
Since
a decade?
1998, Evie.
In
Wow,
one form or
okay. So
another.
several
Obviously, this
decades.
engine
Yeah.
is not that old.
Yeah. Yeah,
But-
so it's not
Okay.
actually been in active development, but they were did pre-production stuff in '98, I believe, and then kind of carried it forward a bit.
It is the
And,
closest thing to Elite Dangerous
Jeez.
that I've seen, and Elite Dangerous has been in my orbit for like 7-8 years. I keep on going back to it and playing it.
Yeah.
Evie,
I respect that.
Okay.
talk to us.
Oh, I have nothing exciting on the horizon, guys, but I am looking forward to having normal weekends. Catching up with
Of sleep?
family,
Of actual sleep.
sleeping,
Yeah.
sleeping. Yes, I'm gonna probably lapse into a coma for a while.
Yeah.
Try and reset.
Yep.
And just spending time with family. I have some family visiting from up north of WA like this week, so the timing's pretty good for that.
Yeah.
And I think I probably need to focus on my work, as boring as that is.
Well, in addition
That's
to
okay.
all of Adam's work, and thank you, Adam, for all your work. Adam, thank you for sharing for sharing Yvie. So this is good stuff.
yeah,
This is
this has been an amazing year and a bit. I've very much enjoyed our stream. So
Yeah,
I
and
look
the
forward to
year and a
doing many
bit
more.
we went into Canada as well, so we got to spend extended time
We were in
together.
Canada this time last year, guys.
Together, guys.
Really?
This time last year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it 1 year right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
It was
Magic,
1
isn't
year.
it?
It was like the 26th, I think, is when I arrived in Vancouver.
Evie and
So
I
I would have
arrived
seen
within like
Nicole then.
2 minutes of each
Man.
other. Like our
Yes,
flights
we
landed
actually
on the
saw-
tarmac at the same
Yeah,
time.
we saw each other like just before customs.
Yeah.
So Dial the Gate's
The
been going.
airport.
Season 3's been going a year now. Man. Okay.
Mm.
All
That's
right.
a long time.
So
I just wanna say-
definitely the time for a break for you, David.
Yes. I'm sorry we're going on break, guys. I want to say, like, welcome and thank you to all the people that have come in. We've got a new Robin Christensen in here. You're coming in right at the end of a season. Have fun. I haven't seen you before, so we're just saying hello. And then
Yeah.
like everyone else is like so regular that we like love and appreciate. Like Dan, Ben, Jean Diato, Gecko Fett, Lock Watcher, Anthony's always there.
Anthony's
Gary,
always there. Thank you, Anthony.
Becca, who occasionally comes up at the end of every episode with her rating. I appreciate you, Becca.
Yeah, we've got lurkers. We've definitely got lurkers.
Yeah,
We do.
I,
I
I enjoy all the chemistry with everyone. Thank you, Jed, Ted, and everyone for just being so wonderful. And if I haven't said your name, I'm sorry. I'm like, there's a lot of
It's
names.
because
to
you
read out,
haven't
and I
chatted
remember
yet. So if
people.
you want to be recognized, be sure to chat right now. So we're going down the
Yeah.
list. So
And Jacob, I love Jacob. And Pac-Man D3, yeah, Pac-Man, yeah. fucking- I just
who was it that reversed their first and last names? I can't think.
Homo.
Yeah,
Homo
to Homo.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
Dare
that's
they?
right.
That was so confusing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that was such a confusing time. Oh, that was.
There's another one in the Dial the Gate chat usually.
Yes.
His name was the ZZZZZZZZZZ, and now he goes by the one with the many Z's. So
Oh, okay. That's easier to say at
helpful.
least.
right, it's easier to say. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Very good. Apparently my audio is not in sync. The sound and picture is not in sync. I am.
Okay.
This is a cell phone tether episode, so
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be all
We'll
interesting.
call it a special edition
That's
episode.
it. Raj Luthra, when do we expect all of you to return?
And Raj Luthra, yes, hello.
Hello. Not before December. Possibly December. Possibly next year. So I want everyone to get a real true break. We will start out a Wednesday before with The Fifth Element for our midweek movie in between seasons. Part of me wanted to do it this past week, and I was like, I just can't. I've got so much other, stuff happening. So
No, that's
it's one
completely
of my favorite
prioritize.
sci-fi movies of all time. It's the funniest sci-fi movie of all time, in my opinion.
I want to also say, by the way, hello, Mac Bolan's Conscience. Can't forget about you. I love that name. It's always so great. Also, Gary just said something hilarious. Said, all right, time to start building the AI versions of David, Nicole, and Yvie to carry us until the next season.
Should we go on strike? Should we really? Yeah.
Go on strike.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to kind
I
of feel like
protest.
that, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
No, we're going on holiday. So
Yes.
yeah,
Mhm.
we will feast on me. So,
No.
Actually, it's going to be really not hard, but season 4 is my favorite season.
Mine too.
Of
Yes,
SG-1.
having to wait
So
longer is
It's
going
going to have
sad.
to wait longer for it for sure. And this Nemesis technically ends on a cliffhanger. So
Right, exactly.
We're going to be just hanging there.
well, go
for
and
a
watch
couple
the
of
second
months.
half, and do your thing. We'll definitely come back for it. Yeah, no, this is, in my opinion, this is where SG-1 gets amazing.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
same.
Seasons 4 and 5 have
Totally
always
agree.
been my favorite. Season 3
Mm-hmm.
comes up behind, but yeah, it's good stuff. So
And seasons 4 and 5 are close to my favorite too. So
very much. There's a ton of
Yes.
3 and 4 parters in there. I mean, you've
Yeah.
got Double Jeopardy, Exodus, Enemies, and Threshold. You know, I mean, that's such a great. They're great shows. So let's go ahead and look at what Adam has on tap for Crystal Skull.
Yes.
You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Let's have a look at it.
Oh,
Very
wow.
much an Indiana
Okay.
Jones vibe.
Yeah.
You know, something like
I'm
out
having
of
a delayed
Last
reaction.
That
Crusade.
is awesome. You can see the light from above reflected in the top of the skull.
Yeah. That is a
That's
pretty
very
looking
detailed.
skull.
Yes.
Yeah, I like
Very
that.
detailed.
I like
It looks like an
the
X-ray.
tomb stuff
Yes.
on the side. Yeah, an
Like
X-ray.
a 3D X-ray.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And he still has all his
But
baby
it's
teeth.
got like it's on the ped. Yes, he does. You're totally right.
What?
Oh wow, that's kind of, now that you've said that, that's actually kind of creepy.
That is really creepy. I didn't even. Oh my god.
It's a
why?
baby.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
God.
right. Well done, Adam. I love the reflections of the glass and the kind of Last
Yeah.
Crusade temple pillar vibes and everything else.
No
This-
stress, Adam. We love
On
everything you
this is
do.
really well
marble
done.
pedestal.
Yeah.
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 You guys ready to see what his version of a replicator looks like?
Yes, I'm
Yes.
very excited.
Let's go have a
to
look.
Get there.
Oh, that's so cool.
That is terrifying. I hate spiders. I
Right?
don't want to touch my phone right now. That was...
That's cool though. See, there was no need for him to try and perfect
No.
that image. It is already perfect.
Was he perfecting it?
It's a mechanical spider.
He was trying to, because he felt pressured from your comment last week.
Maybe I just need to shut the hell up and let him do his thing.
No.
This thing
I
with
really-
those,
I
with those
really
little
like that.
stingers on the
You
ends
want
of
it
all
to
the
be great.
feet. Oh man.
Yeah. So I want to
Yeah,
zoom
yeah.
in on the details, but then I'm gonna have to like touch my phone, and I really don't want to touch. I want to like
You
exit
know
out
what
of
it
that
reminds
image
me
forever.
of? It reminds me of the arm of a record player
Yeah.
Yeah.
with
That's
the little
exactly what that
spike at
looks
the
like.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all these
Great, now
servos
you've
and
made record
everything.
players bad for me. Thank you. I
This
love that.
looks like it can actually work. You know, I mean, we do have devices like this with this level of complexity, but he did a really great job. Now, I'm curious if it's possible for the software to ingest this creature and have him do like an army of them coming after SG-1, or if that's even possible, or if it would completely redesign it when he did that. So we've
not
definitely got more
sure.
replicator episodes coming up, but yeah, this is very well done. I'm really
very cool.
It's beautiful. I wish I had one without power. So.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you have a
we-
replicator in your collection?
I was gonna say,
I
it's
have,
on right
I have
there.
two of them.
You do.
One's downstairs, and then the other one is right
It's right there.
here. So
It's beautiful.
yeah.
That is really cool.
It's beautiful.
So yeah, this is who created this for me? 3dtech.pro. So this is the work of Kevin Sabo. So he is not
That is
producing
awesome
right
work.
now. He's
Oh.
he's not on the Etsy market right now. So
Oh,
I'm
that's an
hopeful.
art form.
I know.
Yeah, the
So-
detail in that is incredible.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, guys, I actually got this from a girl named Reese. Should I be worried?
Seriously, her name is Reese?
No, I'm just
Oh.
being silly.
That would have been good. Who
But
handed
yeah,
you
it's
that?
it's a keychain.
Oh, did you get it from Did you get it from GateCon?
No, I didn't
was gonna
actually, but
say.
Where'd
it
you get
looks
it?
very much like the one from GateCon. No, this one was from the same manufacturer, I guess, that did the mugs, the Atlantis mug that I got you, and I have the SG-1 mug.
Yeah.
They were actually a Melbourne-based
That's rare.
fabric company.
Wow.
But she's a huge Stargate fan,
Okay.
and she found some other vendors and put together these kind of Stargate-inspired packages with like some headbands and like a pen and all this sort of stuff. And I bought two of them. And she went out of business actually, which is kind of
That's
sad.
Ah.
But yeah,
It's really rare to
it's very
find
cool.
cool stuff in Australia, because like I follow loads of people on
Mhm.
social media who are like Australia based, and they're like, oh, I can't get anything out here because no one wants to deliver out here, and no one wants to
So
create anything.
expensive.
it is
yeah.
very expensive.
So that's really cool that
Yeah.
you got that. I'm quite jealous, to be
Mm.
honest. But yeah.
You guys,
Do we know when we're coming back before we start? Like, do we have a window, or are we just
so I said December, January, somewhere around there.
December, January.
Yeah.
That's a long time, David. Oh my goodness.
There's a lot of holidays in there.
I
There
know.
is a lot of holidays in there.
Yeah, my
I wanna
birthday's in there. I
take
hope
a
we're back
proper
in
break,
time.
and so that we'll come back ready to blaze through another 3 seasons.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh God, guys, don't forget about us. Come back.
I have several
Well, we'll
countries
try and
to visit
keep
in the
active.
meantime, so it's going to be interesting to.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're still gonna try and make memes, but it's gonna be harder.
Oh, sure.
'cause we're gonna have to just pull from everywhere. You know?
That's okay. We'll pull from the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, I'm sure Evie can make more funny. She's honestly.
You guys have
genius.
you have plenty of photos to look through, so I'm sure there's stuff.
Yeah.
in there, so.
Yeah, we do. So we'll
I-
try and keep our presence there.
You guys ready for Crystal Skull?
Yeah,
I am ready for crystals.
for the giant aliens.
The giant aliens.
So good.
That just has a nice
know.
ring to it.
Every
It
time,
does, it
David,
really does.
without fail.
It's just hanging there in the air. So
Yeah. it is.
okay, rewatch panel. All right. So go ahead and pull this up here and here.
Robin said, "No one can forget you, Nicole." I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
Very unforgettable.
I am very loud, and as a result, people don't forget.
Join the
me. It's
club.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I, on the other hand, are quite forgetful.
Evie. Oh,
Not-
forgetful. I was
that
gonna
is
thought you were insulting
such bull
yourself.
crap.
No, forgettable.
That's
Oh,
even
so
worse.
You're insulting yourself. Yeah, that's terrible, Evie. Stop it.
All right. Let's get to Crystal Skull. You guys ready to go?
Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right. In 5, 4, 3. Welcome back to Wormhole Extremists. My name is David Reed. I'm with Yvie
Hello.
and Nicole.
Hello.
And this is a giant friggin' Mayan pyramid.
It really is.
And some not great CGI.
Well, we'll put that aside for the story. For the time, it was pretty good.
Yes.
I was going to say that, according to Carter's estimation of the pyramid's height, it would stand approximately 175 meters taller than the largest man-made structure on Earth, which is 583 feet.
Which is?
So
What is
it's
that
the
structure?
tallest structure? It's in Dubai. It's the Burj Khalifa.
Oh, you're talking about the modern structure. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Wow.
modern.
Okay. Yeah. This is
By the
Crystal
way,
Skull,
I
by
was-
the way. I don't think I gave the
yes.
name.
That's okay.
Very impressed there with the melt turning circle. That thing just like pivots on a dime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's funny, the CGI in this episode isn't good, right? But despite that, it's such a banger of an episode, you don't care.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it's slightly cringeworthy in parts for sure, but you know, you put that aside for the overall story.
Yeah.
No matter how dense.
The Nintendos.
They pass through everything. He's a Nintendo player. We see him use a Game Boy earlier in the season.
We
The Game Boy
do.
Color.
As a gamer, I love and respect this.
Ooh.
So in real life, obviously the crystal skulls discovered in Latin America have been found to be hoaxes, including the one that was found in Belize in the 1920s. But I'll go
Really?
into more detail a little bit later.
Mm.
So I'm actually very excited about this episode because I really, really love Nicholas Ballard, played
same.
by Jan Rubesch, I believe it's pronounced. I actually thought he was Dutch, but he's actually Czech Canadian.
Wow.
Whoa.
He started his career in the arts as a bass singer for the Prague Opera House, and he even won the first prize at the Geneva International Music Festival.
Wow.
And he moved to Canada to expand his career and eventually moved into TV and film. He actually had a supporting role in the award-winning 85 film Witness with Harrison Ford. And
Whoa.
Gen Ys will actually remember him from D2 The Mighty Ducks. And he's also in 2 episodes of The X-Files and 1 episode of Outer Limits. And And we also have in the supporting cast Jason Shoming as Dr. Robert Rothman.
Yes.
This is his second episode technically.
Yes.
Yeah, this is his second episode technically, because he was in Forever and a Day. And according to Peter DeLuise, Rothman was actually named after Jonathan Glasner's lawyer, but I couldn't find any supporting evidence to that.
Brilliant.
Jason Shombing is the name.
Shombing, okay.
Yep.
I was going to say as well, like, despite this being his second episode, we actually technically met him for the first time in Forever and a Day, but it was a dream sequence. So, you know, read into that what you will.
And I'm going to read into that a little bit because Sam and Jack are sitting way too close
so
to each other, and I love it.
I know, they're basically touching.
I know, unnecessary.
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining.
No.
It just looked like Sam and Hammond were just sitting really close to each other.
There was a definite space between them.
Yes, there was more space.
Yeah. This episode, we actually received confirmation that Daniel's pyramids as landing pads theory was responsible for him losing his financial support and credibility in the academic community. There's only a hint to that in the movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. We have no idea how much time passed between his New York lecture and going to Colorado.
Yeah. I actually like the parallel between Daniel and Nick's academic theories. Like, given Daniel's sort of first-hand experience with, you know, wild theories, the narrow-mindedness of the academic community, and the toll it can take on somebody's mental health, it's kind of curious that it didn't give him any perspective, because, you know, he's obviously experienced the same things. So do you guys think that maybe that gave him drive?
Nicole?
Ooh.
Like, he didn't want to turn out like Nick, so he did everything he could to support his theory?
To a degree, yes, but it's quite ironic because it's kind of ended up like it's very I think I do, yeah.
I can see where Daniel's determination for finding the truth at no matter what the cost is came from. So,
yeah.
It came from his grandpa.
So you can see in certain spots throughout this episode, and I'll try and point it out when it comes, but you can see the CGI glitching a little bit with Tilk's head.
Yeah, okay.
The baldness doesn't go great with the green screen, so sometimes like parts of his head will disappear.
Oh wow, I've never noticed that. This will be interesting. I'm
like
glad that they tried this. I'm really glad that they tried it.
Yes.
You know, it's you gotta get things going from somewhere. So
yes, it was a new technology. They did what they could with it. For the time, it was probably quite incredible. I didn't watch it when it came out, so I'm seeing it through a different lens. I'm seeing it through, you know, the lens of, like, you know, Avatar and things like that, where you can't you can't really compare the two. But yeah, for the time, it would have been pretty extraordinary.
yeah, I mean,
Jed Ted said this episode is part of the reasons I'm somewhat forgiving of Indiana Jones's Fours plot, which I agree to a degree, because, you know, I didn't love Crystal Skull, but I remember seeing this, seeing Indiana Jones, and going, oh yeah, that's nice.
I mean, you didn't love this episode or the film?
The film.
I saw the film once and swore never to watch it again.
I'm the same. I saw it at the cinema.
Yeah.
I was so excited when it came out, and I took my dad because my dad's a huge fan of the Indiana Jones
It wasn't great.
trilogy.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yes.
On
I was
DVD.
just so bitterly disappointed. In my mind, I just sort of remove it from the canon. But I haven't seen the latest one.
I
So.
haven't
Same, I
either.
don't trust it. I'm too
I just
scared.
don't trust it either. But
Yeah.
oh, hey, the skull. So this is one of my favorites. I don't know. I just wanted to stop talking about Indiana Jones. So this is really cool, this effect.
Well, I have a little bit of a pre-goof kind of. So when Daniel is thrown backwards, the way he's positioned is very near to the ledge, but this changes sort of one or two times.
Yep.
Oh,
Good
boy.
old lepton radiation.
You see, he's basically hanging over the edge.
Yeah. Very dangerous. Glasses could have fallen off.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He walked through him slightly.
Now we gotta vacate. Oh,
Oh, amazing. As a shipper, this is a great moment for me.
Well, that was dicey because there wasn't a lot of room there to faint.
exactly. No. I'm looking for Chris's disappearing head.
I saw a smidge of it.
Really?
I think it's more evident towards the end of the
Later on,
episode.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
when he comes
when
back,
they
okay.
return with
Okay.
with Nick. So I'll point it out. It's pretty glitchy.
Obviously.
Great question.
We'd love to tell you. What
Yeah.
leptons feel like.
I feel like they'd feel like tickles, like thousands of little tickles.
I think
don't
they'd just
exactly
feel
look
like
tickled.
you'd feel like kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean like a pins and needles tickle, like when your
Oh,
body's got a
yeah.
bit numb, you know?
So I love how casually Tilk is positioned in the infirmary. Like it looks like you could superimpose him into a nice tropical setting and he'd fit right in.
Yeah.
Under a cabana.
I wanted to put a quarter into the
With
bed
like
and just
a
start
cold
shaking.
drink off to the side. Yeah.
Muon radiation. Those damn muons.
I hate when that happens. I do love the episodes where they get left behind, you know, or like where they think they've been left behind.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Like the last time it happened to Daniel, he was in an alternate reality. What a situation.
That's true, yeah.
I guess that's what would surprise. Like we've been at 3 seasons.
I know. He's like so like, my gosh. Oh, and look, he's climbed
Yeah,
back.
Yeah,
moved
he's
back a bit.
moved. He's moved
Yeah.
a little bit.
He's just chilling. He'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a little nap.
Yeah.
Like what just said, could have fixed him if she had one of those flashlights in his eye. Yep. The same joke.
The pen light.
Consistently. I'm gonna miss these.
They'll be back.
They'll be back.
Yeah, different time, same material.
I hope that when Logwatcher eventually, passes away from old age, that on his tombstone it has that on it.
Janet could have saved him with a pen light.
Exactly.
And plus, we need a reason for Daniel to be able to dial Earth from his
Yeah.
side. So I must
Honestly.
go
Yes.
and do it for him.
I do love that. Like, I never thought about this before until I saw Wormhole Extreme. But when she the woman who's like being fake Carter brings up the fact that like why isn't she falling through the floor if she's out of phase?
Yes.
And it's like, yeah, this is not talk about that.
Yep. Nope.
I was gonna mention something like
That's
that a little
exactly
bit
right.
later
Because he
you're
sits
exactly
on
right.
a cabinet later on in the episode.
He
And
does.
I'm like,
and
why are
you
you sitting on the
actually,
cabinet?
You actually see his shadow a bunch of times as well. So the lid on this crystal's transportation box is kind of goes from being slightly open to then like mysteriously closed. So this is either a small goof or I'm totally underestimating like Tilk's dexterity. So Tilk seemingly manages to remove the lining of the case and close the box containing the crystal skull whilst negotiating this treacherous path over the abyss.
Yeah, a bit much.
But you'll notice that it's closed when he reaches Stargate Command, despite the fact that he seems to be running most of the way.
Did Daniel just throw his
Damn.
vest into the abyss or his jacket?
He did.
Okay.
Yes.
He
'Cause
did.
I'm like, something is missing. What's missing?
Yeah,
What,
no,
what,
he
like,
took
he
it
literally
off
just flung it
as
right
he
Yeah,
started
exactly.
running, and it sort of fell over the edge.
It upset
Got
me
it.
a little bit.
Different puddle doesn't look at that. It's a different vendor.
Yeah. Yeah, the shot was also from like lower down as well when it first opened, which is a different angle we don't see very often.
Mm.
As a person who likes to talk a lot, this would be my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
That no one can listen to you.
No. like what would I do? I can perv on some people a little bit. That's the only bonus.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not going to react, so you're going to be bored of it really quickly.
Exactly. Like, oh my God. Not for me. Not for me.
So
It's gonna be rough.
One of my favorite of Jack's insults is coming up.
This is good.
It's in his robe. Is this the one where he gets thrown
Napoleonic
back on the Napoleonic Carmonger?
So, like, I'm assuming that's like influenced by Janet's stature.
Yes.
Because Napoleon was considered short.
Short.
I actually looked into it. His height was estimated between 5'2" and 5'7", and Terrell's height is actually 5'2".
Yep.
So.
Could figure out that.
Poor Rothman. He doesn't deserve the amount of bullying he gets from Jack. Oh.
This is Rothman's second episode.
I know.
But his first as actually him.
Exactly.
Oh, this is great.
So interestingly, Daniel appears to be unaffected by the radiation once he's out of phase.
Yeah.
And as we've sort of previously said as well, it's interesting to note that he can walk through people and walls but doesn't fall through the floor. Yeah. And he's also able to pass through the Stargate somehow. And Daniel's condition seems to differ slightly from like the Ritu, because the Ritu were 180 degrees out of phase, but they could still fire a weapon in our phase.
God, out of phase. Actually, that reminds me of season 9. With what are their names? Oh, the guys with the sticks who kidnapped Mitchell.
Oh, the Sodan.
Thank you, the Sodan with their Sodan cloaks. Isn't that a similar situation where they can still interact, but they're invisible?
Yes.
But they can also see into the lepton radiation kind of phase, out of phase situation, which is very interesting.
So I was going
to share a dimension. Weird.
Yeah. I was going to mention a little bit about the crystal skull myth from Earth. So for those who don't know, the crystal skulls started appearing in the late 19th century. They were originally connected to the Aztecs and the Mayans and were said to possess supernatural powers. It's likely they were carved using 19th century jewelers' equipment in an area of Germany famous for manufacturing intricate quartz and crystal designs. And the crystal itself was also traced to an area deemed inaccessible to pre-Columbian indigenous civilizations. So the British Museum has extrapolated from that the skulls are likely fake.
Wow.
I love Siler's line there. I think you're going to get fired.
That makes me quite that makes me quite sad in a way, that like to find out that it's like completely fake. Because I really like that when there are all these myths that exist which could still be real, so to have it like disqualified completely from reality is quite tragic, because that would have been really cool.
Well, I love that Tilk is able to sense like invisible Daniel's presence. It kind of happens twice. So it happened in the cavern. He stopped and turned around, and obviously now when he's meditating. So it's like Junior has like extrasensory perception.
The symbiote might be aware of something.
Yeah. It's like a dog that can, when like they can sense ghosts or something.
Yes.
Whatever that.
He's literally got a feeling down in his waters.
Yeah. His pouch waters.
Yes.
Almost every sci-fi franchise has an episode like this.
Yeah.
Star Trek's got one or two, for sure.
That's the thing about like television. Always consistent.
It's like a sci-fi bucket list. You have to like tick off like
alternate realities, alternate dimensions,
invisible teammates,
come back to life.
Back in time. Did we say that?
But nope, not yet.
No, time travel. Yeah, that's another
genetic mutation.
Yeah. We were saying it like it's really boring. It's great. We love because of the consistency.
We love.
It's not about the tropes. It's about what you do with them.
Exactly.
You don't worry, Sam. You need leptons.
Yeah, they need to be on the planet in order for that to work. The radiation in the area or something. Poor Daniel was like, "Don't let me down," and it's just like, he's gonna.
He's also looks pretty downtrodden at the moment.
So
Yeah.
there's a connection between Dan Shea saying, I think you're going to get fired, and this episode. So in this episode, Dan had a few episodes previous, or maybe it is this episode, that, no, it was a couple episodes previous. He forgot to turn his cell phone off. And back in the day, you didn't turn your cell phone off, you were fired. It was a very big deal.
Wow.
So in this episode, in that take where, you know, he's with Robert Rothman, every time he would say that line, Rick or someone in the production had it so that their phones would go off 2 or 3 of the takes to pay him back. So, and it was this episode and this scene.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, I read that somewhere,
Brilliant.
or I heard it somewhere, maybe on Dial the Gate.
I
but
shared
that's
that. He shared that
amazing.
last week.
Yes.
See, look, Sam's getting a vibe too. You know what? I just think that SG-1 are all just soulmates.
Yeah,
and
they're
all
pretty
just
tight.
connected, and that's
They're
it.
all connected. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is scary. This is a scary thought that I'm crossing my mind with. Why, you know, could that be? Could Daniel be a ghost? He's not hungry, you know. He still needs his glasses to see, I think, but, you know.
Yeah.
Or he just kept them on because, you know, he's just used to it.
Yep. Wide-eyed Daniel.
If Daniel was dead, we would not be surprised. We'd just be like, okay, well, we'll see him in 5 minutes. You know, he'll come
Yeah,
back.
because I was just thinking in my head, I was like, well, maybe the glasses are on because they were on him when he kind of transformed.
But he
was
flung
able
off
to
his
remove
thing,
his
yeah.
backpack. Yeah.
And another sci-fi trope: when you're invisible, you can sit on the oddest things in the oddest places.
Yeah. I do love the in these scenes, Daniel's just in the background sitting on stuff, just tables
You
and
can just
and
elevate
stuff,
up
just
to
being like,
there.
yeah, just do whatever I want. I love how done he is with everything right now. Like, I love done Daniel. It's my
love
favorite
done
kind of
Daniel.
Daniel. Yep, he's done with it.
Done, Daniel.
Yeah,
That's cute.
Dan Daniel's a permanent fixture across seasons 9 and 10, thanks to
Indeed
my favorite
he
character,
is.
Vala. So
Well,
Indeed
he's
he is.
Michael's also taking on some of Rick's.
exactly, which is
Yeah.
what. Yeah, I know, and I love that. Done Daniel, continued Rick.
I love how they both said Nick. Yeah, Dan Bed said Next Generation has an episode called Next Phase. There's an episode of Voyager where it's called Coda, where it's something it isn't ultimately the same cause, but the same visual effects are used with Kate Mulgrew, and it's a good show. He's insane.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Daniel's so bitter, I love it. What a pleasant surprise. Oh, Nick really loves him. It's just they're both just very stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say so. So I'm not sure how I feel about this, but the scenes at the psychiatric hospital were filmed at the British Columbia Children's Hospital.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Oh God,
Handlebars.
Yeah,
that is quite
That is
the
swell.
mustache.
it is. That's a lot of maintenance, that mustache. Like, does he have access to razors?
Love that. That guy's just oh my, it's following him. It's creepy. Close the door. Dear oh dear. I feel bad for people who are, you know, so mentally not okay that they end up in places like this. It's very sad.
Yeah.
I dread you know, I hope I never have to go into that situation.
Mm.
Take us to Nicholas Ballard immediately.
Calm down, Teal. Be nicer. Come on, Teal. Help. Wow.
So you'll notice Daniel's shadow a bunch of times.
Of course, he's standing
cast in these scenes. Yeah.
Yeah, technically a weird kind of goof, but not, because obviously, what can they do?
It
CGI
would be
shadow out.
impossible to remove.
Yeah.
So my
I'm really
question
sad we never
is-
see him again.
Yes,
Carry on.
me too. Because he could have been almost like Jacob in a way.
Yeah.
You know, be like the middle person between Earth and, you know,
With the
another
giant
world.
aliens.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was going to say, do you think Daniel may have had a similar breakdown if his pyramid theories hadn't been validated by the Stargate?
I have considered this in the past. I honestly, right, his life was awful. Like he had nothing. Everything was falling apart. No one respected him. Honestly, yes. He could have definitely ended up like this. Which is very tragic.
The psychiatrist Russell Roberts, according to Lockwatcher, is married to Colleen Winton, who played 2 characters in SG-1. So National Security Advisor and Dr. Green.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love the way that everyone's interconnected. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Like a big family.
Oh boy,
Look,
lower
Nick,
in
you
the
believed
boom.
in giant aliens, all right? Let's be real here.
I love how he can walk through some doors and lean
Lean
against
on
other
others.
walls. You know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jacob said that the nurse that we just saw was played by Jackie Jansen, who was also in Metamorphosis as a nurse that Jonas is trying to ask out. Love it.
Yeah, guess she got clearance later.
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, good for her. Promotion.
The Canadian acting pool is small at this point.
Yes.
Don't open that box.
Oh.
Two peas in a pod.
Yeah, and they're both right. They're meant for each other. You never really see Daniel having like a family properly, you know, like he's lost his wife and now he basically has like nothing except
And his
SG-1.
parents, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been nice for him to have somebody. But at least like Nick's always kind of out there doing his thing. But he should really be dead by now. So like I hope that somebody helped him ascend or something. So he can communicate.
Well, have fun, guys. Then who's gonna believe him?
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly Jack's point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love his grimace after saying something that's funny.
Yes. It's technically true, but it's not that easy.
Oh, this is a sweet moment that
It
helps
is really
later.
sweet.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
He's ready to leave and he's like, oh wait, I'm gonna hang around and listen.
Did you guys do that growing up?
Yes.
Me too.
Got a pound under my pillow for every tooth I lost. But then I had to go get surgery to remove 7 that wouldn't budge. They all just got stuck there, but my baby teeth, and they had to remove them.
7 teeth simultaneously?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, I had surgery. They put me to sleep. And and I turned around and said to my nan, I was like, well, you owe me 7 quid. And she was like, no, it doesn't work like that. And I was like, excuse me, because by this point I knew the tooth fairy wasn't real. But I was like, on principle, I should have £7 for my 7 baby teeth that I would have put under my pillow traditionally. So excuse me, I lost that argument. So
I always imagined him as a short cigar smoker with wings and in a tutu.
Isn't that from Family Guy?
I love that image.
Did Family Guy do that?
Yeah.
Yes, I think they might have.
Really?
Yeah.
Something similar, yeah.
Minus the cigar, but definitely a guy in a tutu who's really short and middle-aged.
Well, my guy floated.
I don't know about my guy.
And he definitely
Or Family Guy's guy.
All right. Oh boy, here we go.
The way she's trying to like redirect it. It's like, no.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Oh boy.
I love his acting. I just love his presence. I
Yep.
don't know how
Yeah.
to describe it.
I don't know how I got there. Yeah, Daniel.
gonna
I'm
say,
answering
like,
you. Yeah.
I would actually really like Nick to read me a bedtime story because he's very captivating.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I want to sit in bed, have him read Princess Bride to me, just like the movie.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking about that too. The giant aliens. Look at Jack.
I love that Daniel's also reciting it in the background because
Yep.
he's probably heard
Yes,
this
he's
so
heard it
many
over and over and
times.
over again. Yeah.
The closed captions didn't even bother to try.
For you.
Mm. Dan Ben, I hate dentists.
Yeah.
Who likes dentists though?
I
don't
love
think
the
anyone
dentist.
I
likes
loved
a
my dentist, but I didn't like the dental process.
No.
I like
was
the
it?
dental process only because it sorts so many of my problems. So
Close
Ugh.
family friend.
Well, I've had like teeth removed. I had braces for 18 months.
oh,
Yeah.
for you.
My braces I had for 10 months.
Pretty sure
I never
had
had
mine for
braces.
18.
Mm.
Yeah, I had a snaggle tooth.
Ah,
Ooh.
okay.
So they had to correct that.
You still retainer at night?
No,
Me
I
neither.
haven't used a retainer in
I haven't either.
decades.
Yeah. Yeah, Pac-Man D3, we never find out what happened to him.
It really upsets me.
No.
And the actor's gone now, so
Yep.
it's like
Yes, he did pass on.
We don't have
we're
to.
never gonna find out.
But something happened. You know, I mean, that's just part of.
I'd like
the
to
larger
imagine that he
world.
like ascended in some way or became one of the giant aliens.
Yeah, I became one.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. Yeah, I
How
would have thought.
how are
that-
they gonna feed him? You know.
I was literally thinking that.
Yeah.
Like, where would he sleep?
Yeah,
how would he
they have
eat? There's
a
just so
cabin
many
for him? Yeah.
so many questions.
Let's just leave you here in this giant empty rock pyramid. You know,
With no resources.
A frail man. That's right. Yeah, I suppose if they can make you invisible, they can certainly make you a mist.
Hmm. Here's the thing, so he hasn't been like entirely helpful in like with information, but like the fact that he's been there and like experienced this stuff before, like he, you know,
Mhm.
like he's still got ways to go. He's still useful. I love this.
So I don't know if
Like,
it's me
they're
or
just
you guys,
done.
but I keep on, or the audio keeps dropping out for me. I think it might be my end.
Of us?
Yeah, I'm not having issues. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You sound perfect.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. I think my internet's not been very stable today.
That's all right.
Give it a moment. Sometimes, like Nicole's, it just, you know, the
Just dies, yeah.
it just,
Yeah, it's
and
just
then it comes back.
Daniel's
much like
comment.
the top of Tilk's head, it's glitched a couple of times.
Sorry, Daniel. They don't know what to do. Let them sleep.
Guess he's not tired either. I do it for you.
God, he must be
He's
so
feeling
bored
like they
right
don't
now.
miss him.
Yeah. What I would do is I'd leave and like, I don't know, like find the nearest cinema and just sit in there.
Oh, free movies?
Yeah. You know, if I was out of phase and bored and everyone was asleep, I'd be like, right, you know, like there must be a cinema somewhere that's doing something. So
That pesky Daniel.
just lurking, leaning on all the walls in every room.
Yeah, and he actually bumps into the chair when he
Oh, he does.
Yes. Yeah.
when Daniel asks Nick, "Can you see me?" He walks into the chair in front of him.
Look that he can hear him, but he just interrupted him. It's brilliant.
Well, we're not really supposed to think that he can hear him.
Yeah. The way he just looks at him directly. It's like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Excuse me, my dude? He's like,
Yeah,
he's like,
watch
"Wait a
the
second."
chair.
Okay.
His
What a
eyebrow.
face.
Mm.
Oh, you sure
Hey,
did.
hold on it. Michael, you are out of phase.
That's right. Hallucinations always.
He literally grabbed the chair
sure did.
and lightly shoved it.
He did.
It's not how it works, my dude. Poor guy. Dear.
Get them back in the room.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wakey, wakey, everyone. Let's go.
Is the blast door down?
Yes. I believe so. Oh no.
This is one of my favorite
this whole-
Jack lines. He's lost
so
a few
good.
pounds.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm laughing at. Immediately he's like, oh, Daniel, you're here? There it is.
Planet?
Not us, it's Daniel.
Yeah, the gate's out of the bad guys.
Oh, so not only is he invisible, he breached security.
Yes, he
Yeah.
did.
Well, to be honest, right,
But
he
is
needed to give them
it breaching
something to help
security
prove.
if you're out of phase?
Yeah, he's stuck. He needs to tell them something in order to prove that Nick, like this is information that Nick could not possibly know without Daniel telling him. So you got to do what you got to do, man.
You were, but they were real.
Oh dear, yeah. Yeah.
Lucky Daniel.
I love that they use that information in Arthur's Mantle in season 9.
Yes.
To try and get Daniel's attention because he was once out of phase, but it was a different form of out of phase. So it's like, never mind.
Okay.
See, this is where eavesdropping pays off.
It does.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you gotta go. Or you have a go.
I'm just curious as to why they didn't make him put a uniform on. Because he's just wearing his like normal clothing.
Yeah, he sure is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would have thought that would be like a requirement or would have something to do with safety.
Yeah. Well,
And he's not gonna miss this.
he's so cheeky. He was so honestly.
I love their interactions. It's just
Yeah, their chemistry is
adorable.
great. Oh, his little
Yeah.
gasp coming up is so cute. Oh, love it. It's so cute. I love when people first discover the gate. It makes me so happy. You should be proud of him. He's done so much. Oh, and he won't get a chance
I
to.
know.
It
They say
breaks
that
my
twice.
heart.
Yeah.
I'm sure he went and saw him or knew
Oh,
what,
I
or
love
found
that
out what
Teal'c's
happened.
holding
Oh
his
yeah,
back, helping him up.
Yep.
Teal'c is so,
he's a gentleman.
you know, he's such a gentleman.
Respect for the elderly. Even though he himself is technically
Elderly.
Yeah.
an elder.
He's just
Definitely
not
an
as
elder,
a
yeah.
slow moving.
Okay, so I'll preface this by saying at about 37 minutes, 27 seconds, so that you get to keep an eye on the top of Teal'c's head. So there's a
Okay.
slight glitch with the green screen, and his head is briefly obscured by the stone wall. And Jack's image also flickers around 37 minutes, 34.
Did you also know that notice that Daniel made a different didn't make ripples when he went through the gate? He just phased out.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't, but that's cool.
Yeah.
Lockwatcher said, don't worry, when we see him again, he'll be 95 years old and wearing an animal skin, brackets or nothing.
Yes.
Classic. Tormented
Okay, so any
Tantalus.
second now.
For
Oh, the way he
Teal'c or
almost
Jack
falls
Teal'c's head.
and Jack just
Yeah.
grabbed him. That is so funny.
Watch the top of Teal'c's head. Yeah.
Oh,
Did you
my
see it?
gosh,
Yeah,
yes.
And the same with Jack's head. It sort of
It
glitches just a
sure
little
is.
bit. Yeah.
I'll be darned. That's really close observation.
Yeah.
Well done.
I can't say it was me, but yeah.
Evie, take some damn credit. No one would have figured out that it didn't come from you originally.
And it's also interesting that the giant aliens just let them walk off with it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Like, go ahead and just take the thing, you know. No arrows or boulders coming after you. You know.
No. And Teal'c brackets the enemy came in and just yoinked it like one of the, you know, a Jafar, one of the enemy goons.
Exactly right. They don't know. Yeah.
There it is. So good.
I
Jeff
love
Ted
Sam's
said,
little smirks.
how old is Teal'c at this point? I think in season 4 in The Light, I think he says he's 106 that year. So I think at this point he's 105.
Yep.
And that's me going off my memory.
It's about right.
Past 100.
He's definitely past 100. It's just a pleasant breeze. I love her tricorder.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only reason this went all wrong is because they didn't finish the process properly, so everyone just got really ill.
Yep.
Let the radiation happen.
Pow.
Lockwatch said in season 4 he is 101. So that means he must be 100 at this point.
Yep.
There you go. Look at my memory almost getting it right.
Yeah.
Good solid pat on the
Teal'c was
back for
locked
getting
out.
something
No,
done.
no, no.
Teal'c wasn't sent.
No, as in, I'm saying.
No,
it's
he
bad.
wasn't.
No,
I
that's
feel
what I'm.
bad for him.
That's what I mean. Like, why would they let him run off with the
Yeah.
skull when he's Jafar and they won't even let him go to the other place?
It's protective. We are enemies of the Gould. You can let that one in.
Oh, I was missing
Teleport
out on
is
the
out of
fun.
phase. Yeah.
That's very narrow-minded of the giant aliens.
Yeah, not all the Jafar are bad.
Uh-oh, here we come. I'm getting Cabin in the Woods vibes.
Yeah. Oh,
See, this
what a film.
part of the special effects I'm actually not too bothered by.
No,
I
same. I think
this
they're
is
all right,
okay.
actually.
Yeah. Holy smoke, Bullwinkle.
And Christopher Judge is back. In voice form.
Is that him?
Of course it is.
Oh, that makes sense.
I never knew that.
No, not at all.
Are you serious?
I researched this episode for hours. That's cool, though.
That's right.
Effect Teal'c's right there. So, oh my god.
We better let him know.
Well, it's kind of in the next episode as well, with Daniel saying that he wishes he was up there. It's like, well, technically you are, because you do the voice of Thor.
Your Thor, yeah.
Yeah, his vetting process isn't all that strict, is it? It's just like, yes, we accept your proposition.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
we've only got,
You are
minute and a
human
half
without
left.
symbiote. You allowed. I can kind of hear Christopher Judge there.
Exactly.
Yeah, so can I.
Wow.
Yeah.
Honestly, what a guy. I love that his belief and like love and his passion for this is so strong that he's like, I'm gonna take the jump. Oh, Daniel, hurting my feelings.
Yeah.
They should have really given him a notepad and a pen or a video camera. This is really sad.
Neither of them fulfilled their promise.
No,
I
don't know
that.
So annoying.
Yeah.
I know we don't know that, but like, it would have just been such a good, like, I would have loved to see it.
Well, I was gonna paraphrase an
God.
article on the Companion by Karen Murray. So they said that the stress of rejection took a lot out of Nick. So this off-world adventure gave him a new lease on life, and he's vindicated and can admit that he wasn't mentally ill. And the farewell between grandfather and grandson is sad, but it also leaves us feeling warm because their relationship is better than it was before.
I am warm and fuzzy knowing that they like ended that loving and appreciating each other in their work. Like they both got recognized. They both finally saw the proof of each other's lives and their research, and it's just like the whole Brooklyn Nine-Nine Captain Holt vindication.
So do you guys believe in the whole theory in the fan community that these unnamed aliens are the Furlings? Because like we know the Furlings were active in the universe, and there's like little evidence to suggest they used the gates, and the skulls would have allowed them to travel great distances without the gate.
That is a good. If they want to retcon that in later, I won't be completely mad about it. I think if they were to do another show, but nah.
I think you have to infer that the relationship with Nick continued, and that he would have told them what their name was, and so by season 6 we would have known when we encounter other Furling technology. That was Crystal Skull. Thanks for joining us.
Yvie, come back. That was a good episode.
It was.
A really good episode.
Absolutely.
I enjoyed that.
For sure.
It was a good time, as Nicole would say.
It was a good time. No, you know what? No, yeah. So there are some episodes where I say that and I'm being really sarcastic. I'm like, or like, it was just a time. It was an episode. It was actually a good time.
I'm thinking of Mr. Peterman. Good Ozzy Lane on a job done.
Yes.
Done. Not well done. Done.
That's it.
Yep.
That's one of the better. The Peterman had a lot of great lines in Seinfeld, but yeah,
that's very funny. That's very funny.
We surrendered to temptation, and it was pretty good.
I love Peterman. Oh my god!
All right, there's your Seinfeld reference for the episode.
I love this. I come in with like my nerdy gamer talk, and then you guys come in with your joint Seinfeld. It's really cute. I love it.
Yvie, I'm getting ready to do a rewatch. So,
please do.
I'm looking forward to it. I
just
need
send me the odd quote every now and
then.
then.
I will eventually.
Great.
Serenity now. So, should watch it. They're not that long.
No,
well, I just rewatched Superstore, which I also love and is also hilarious. So
is that a half-hour show or an hour?
Superstore is my
they're like 22-minute long.
Oh, they're great.
Or something. They're pretty short.
Back to Stargate in a few seconds. Superstore is so good. I love it so much.
Really
Dina
good.
is such a great character. I love it.
There was 5 seasons. 6 seasons?
So like 10
and the last one
episodes
takes
each?
place during COVID, and it's so brilliantly written. It's so COVID. It's so damn funny.
Well, it was very relatable to me because I was actually working in retail when it came out, and some of the stories that they tell, I have those same stories. So
yeah, I when I worked in customer service, I had a few of them as well. And so whenever like those people like with the coupons and stuff, I was like, die.
Never heard about this show other than through you guys. I've never heard buzz about it or anything.
So good. It starts
please
out.
Watch it. It's
okay,
so good.
Why
and then
have
it gets funnier and funnier.
Not come across anyone who's ever talked about it.
It's Jeff Skulk has finished it. Most of my friends have finished it now.
Okay.
It's it came in during COVID, it gained popularity. But the thing is about it, right, I'm gonna say this very succinctly so we can move back on, which is simply that it is a show that is so good at raising awareness for issues while being massively offensive and hilarious at the same time.
Interesting.
So there was an episode of
Yeah.
Halloween where they all wore different costumes, but everyone was like, you can't wear that, it's cultural appropriation. So they were all banned from wearing their costumes, but then they had to unban them all because they realized that the cultural appropriation was going too far. And like, you can't be a racist for wearing a Mario outfit, because they were like, you're being racist towards Italians, but you're dressed up as Mario, so it's a character. So
Japanese.
It's not the same thing as being racist.
Yeah,
right. From a Japanese game. It's all
set
very,
in St. Louis, Missouri. That's just an hour from home. So, all right.
There you go.
Funny,
so.
Yes, please watch it and report back because it's great.
Yes,
Thoughts
please.
on?
I
will. I will watch it. Thoughts on Crystal Skull, guys? What would you rate this as? How would you rate this?
So
no preposition.
I'll go first then.
Please.
I very much enjoyed the subject matter. I guess I am a huge Indiana Jones fan, and it gave me Indiana Jones vibes, but I didn't enjoy the Crystal Skull, obviously. But I really liked meeting Nick Ballard. I liked having a little bit more background into Daniel's childhood
Mm-hmm.
and kind of understanding a little bit more of how he got where he was.
Yep.
I obviously didn't love the graphics, but you can't really complain about this because it was pretty revolutionary for the time, and they did the best that they could with the materials that they had. So you can't really rate it down based on that because it didn't affect the overall story. Just if I close my eyes, I can picture Christopher Judge just running on the spot. That's what it looks like to me.
It does look like
Yeah.
that.
It's just like the screen where he's just like, yeah.
He might actually be doing that. So
Yeah,
don't know.
potentially.
to maintain,
It just
to
didn't
stay in
look very-
focus.
very-
So
Just on a
It didn't look
treadmill.
great for me.
Uh-huh.
Didn't look
Yeah.
great for me. But the actual story I really enjoyed. So I am going to give this a 5 out of 7.
Nicole?
I'm torn between a 5 or a 6 because I really love this episode. Like, again, Daniel's backstory. Like, I know that he was from the film, so they carried over a lot of that stuff, so they don't really dive too deep. And Gamekeeper was one of the only times we really dove deep into his history, and I don't love that episode, as we found out. But this time with Nick, his chemistry was just so brilliant. He's such a great guest actor. Seeing Daniel get all frustrated, and also seeing like Rothman come back and Sila's joke. I think I'm going to give this a 6.
I
job.
I love the humor in it. It's on par. I love the guest casting all the way around with both Nick and Rothman. It's solid. The story's pretty straightforward. It's Stargate's, oh my god, I'm out of phase episode. And it's strong. I'll give it a 5. Barely.
I'm the highest one this
Cool.
week.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think I just went up a little bit higher than you guys. I was going to give it a 5 maybe, but then I was like, you know what? I think it's one of those ones that just always sticks with me that I really, really just love, and I love the passion.
We watched
and
these
there's
episodes
something
when we were
dysfunctional
younger,
about them.
Yeah. And it's like it's connected. Well, how long ago has it been since you first watched this episode, Yvie?
Oh, I mean, technically about 24 hours ago.
First
time, probably about 12 years ago.
Okay, so we all watched the episode
Relatively
when we were younger,
recently.
and
Yeah.
it connected with us in a different way. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I also I had a grumpy granddad. Actually, he died in this room. This used to be his bedroom because he became really disabled toward the end, so he couldn't go upstairs. So may he rest in peace. There's some pictures of him there.
wow.
But yeah, I had a very dysfunctional relationship with my grandfather. That's like very in some ways reminiscent of Nick and Daniel. So it was kind of like, kind of reminds me of him a little bit. So, but yeah, it hits me in a spot. Like my granddad wasn't the best, but I do miss him to some degree. So
And now we know that you are broadcasting from a room where someone died.
yeah,
All
right
then.
about actually where I'm sitting.
Oh,
So,
terrific.
Wow.
Rest in peace, Abuelo.
Okay.
Rest in peace.
Absolutely.
Spanish for granddad.
Yes.
Although he was Indian, but I called him Abuelo because his wife was Spanish. So
You made it
it
work.
was just easier to just do it the Spanish way.
Are you guys ready to finish season 3? Oh wait.
Yeah, I need to do the ratings.
We have to do the ratings.
We need to do
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's hear what everyone said.
So we've got Anthony with it's a 5 from me, 4 for the episode, and 1 for the giant aliens. I like that. Pac-Man D3 said, I love this episode, always hits me in the feels. I give it a 6. Yeah, same. And then we've got Wayne Cobbett, a new person person we'd never really see. Hello. They said that was great listening along
Welcome.
live. Thank you. Yes.
Thanks, Wayne.
Oh my goodness. And then we've got Raj Luthra with I rate Crystal Skull episode 6 out of 7 chevrons. Jean Diada said 2, but it's a Daniel episode. I don't understand the logic. Let's see what the logic is. I can't get past the bad CGI, and there was never a follow-up. It would be a 1, but it does add quite a lot to the lore. Yeah. Lockwatch says, even with the poor CGI in the cavern, I still give this a 6 chevrons. Yeah, the CGI doesn't affect my rating at all. The story was good, and we had a chance to leave another person to starve on a planet all by himself. Yep. Yeah, CGI. I do not take CGI into account when I'm watching television. They have restrictions with technology that they and budget, and I'm not going to let that affect their ideas. So and what they wanted to produce. Jacob says 3 chevrons. It was an okay episode. I like Daniel's character building and humor, but not a fan of the giant aliens, and CGI was pretty bad. Then we have Easy Sparky, who I'm not sure if we've seen before, maybe once or twice. Hello, another person who we never see. I don't know what's happening. Season finale and everyone's coming in.
Yeah.
It's nice. Interesting. Jed Ted says, think I'll give it 5 chevrons. Solid episode. Wayne Cobbett says 5 out of 7 chevrons for me. Mac Boland's Conscience says 5. Pac-Man D3 says, I was raised by my grandmother, so this episode always hits me in the feels. Sweet.
Aww.
Yeah, I was raised by mine. That's why I live with her still. Dan Ben says 5 out of 7 chevrons. Gene Diana says there's a behind the scenes with Chris on the treadmill. So I think he is right. So
Is there? Okay.
got to dig that up somewhere. Gene Diana, if you could tweet or Facebook or Instagram us a link to that, I'd appreciate it.
I don't remember that. Okay.
Gecko Fett says I'll give this a 6 out of 7 chevrons. I always liked this one. Robin Christensen says 6.5. Robin, in this group, we do not do points because it gives David
Fractions.
an aneurysm.
You can't dial with half a chevron.
Yes, so it's either a 6 or a 7. Seven. I was saying chevron in my head, so I said 7. 6 or 7.
Yeah.
But because it's 6.5, that would push it up to
Just
7.
push it
But
up
if you
to
don't want to
7.
be that generous, then it's a 6. So if you want to give us another re-rating, please feel free. If not, we're going to automatically assume it's a 7.
Yeah.
And then Anthony already did that. Thank you, Anthony, for correcting him immediately on David's way of doing things. And Becca says I'm torn between a 4 and a 5 for this one. I'll go with a 5, is what she says. And Gene Diana said, now we know why Nicole has glitches during the stream. Goes like electronics.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
there's
day
something
he
going on with
died,
that.
his radio stopped working. Oh, no, started working. It started up
Oh.
automatically. We were like, what's going on? We took the batteries out and it played for a little bit longer. And we were like, that's just the last bits of the energy just going through. There's nothing else.
Wow.
So yeah. And Easy Sparky came in with a 6, and Robin Christensen adjusted his rating to also be a 6. And Gecko Fett said, if we see something moving, we'll know that there is a ghost. Thanks everyone, making me feel really good about being in this room.
It's family.
Yeah.
Family's not going to hurt you unless you did something to them. So,
No, I didn't.
there you go.
We're good.
All right. Now are we ready
Sweet.
for
Yes, let me just
yeah.
grab it. Sorry, I was
Ready indeed.
reading everyone's stuff. Just thank you again, everyone, the new people and the people who like have been missing for a while and who've come back. Like, you know,
Thanks
we
for
just-
joining
Yeah.
us,
we
people.
appreciate the company from everybody. We don't care how many people turn up. We're just happy you're here. So
Absolutely. We are we're going to watch Nemesis now, the season finale of Stargate SG-1, year 3.
Yes, and for new people, we can't watch it. Stream it live with us, obviously. Just a reminder, because you know, copyright issues, etc., etc.
That's why we have the
So
time
just
code
watch-
posted so that you can enjoy
Yes.
it with us
Yep.
as we watch it at the same time. So
Yeah, or just listen to us like a podcast.
that's
So-
it.
Exactly.
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 Yep. This was first referenced. This race was first referenced in season 3's. Between no, it's not Between Two Fires. It's oh gosh, you know the
I know
names
this.
are just
I have it
leaving
written
me.
down.
I used to have them forever, and they're just not in my brain. They just don't fit in my brain like they used to. I really am growing old.
Well, it is in my notes.
Yeah.
Fair game.
Fair game. That's it. Thank you.
Fair game. They're mentioned in passing. Yeah.
Yes. Sorry,
Worse?
my brain wasn't on because I was reading the comments still. So I was kind of like, "What you trying?" I could have helped you way sooner. I'm so sorry, guys.
No, it's all right. You guys ready to watch Fair Game or Nemesis?
Nemesis. Now you got it. Yeah.
All right. Let's watch
One
Sleepy Thor.
Yes.
Let me know when you're ready, Yvie.
Yeah. All good to go.
In 5, 4, 3. Welcome to SG-1 Season 3's Nemesis on Wormhole Extremists. My name is David. I'm with Nicole
Hello.
and Yvie.
Hello.
And poor Danny's no longer gotten his appendix.
Yeah.
And he's-
So,
Yeah.
yep. Sorry, you go.
Everyone got a haircut. Everyone looks good.
Yes, they did. So, Daniel Jackson's role was drastically reduced to allow Michael Shanks to recover from appendicitis. So apparently it ruptured the day before filming, but I'm not quite sure
Yes.
how true that is.
Yep, they had to
So
rewrite
apparently
overnight.
apparently his scenes were shot a week after they'd completed filming. And when Jack is talking to Daniel, you can actually see some X-rays in the bottom, and the bottom 2 X-ray images on the light board change between shots.
Oh.
They were photographed on different days.
Yeah. I was nerdy enough to take screenshots so I could compare to make sure.
Do we all have
That is
our
A-okay.
appendices?
Yes.
Yeah. But I mean, even when he like lifts up like that, apparently I've heard that's extremely painful.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Tweaking the Naquita reactor.
Yep.
This interaction between them is just like,
Oh, right.
mhm,
Right.
it hits me right in the feels.
Exactly. And the fact that we get it again next episode is, I'm excited.
Yes.
If I had a crush on someone, I would want to hear them talk about anything. Like, what is it McKay says about Sam in a really gross way in season 8? I would listen to you reading the phone book
Yes, that's right.
in Mobius.
So creepy.
Right. This is so
She
cute.
she doesn't really have a private life.
She doesn't have an off switch.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's in season 5. That's just a
To be honest, what are they
stark-
all going home to?
Yeah.
Like nothing really.
Mm.
Their life is each other. Like all Jack has is going to his cabin and fishing really in a really lonely way.
Yeah. So Jack said that Tilk is visiting his kids somewhere. So do you guys think that they're still in the land of light?
Oh, I'd love that. Imagine
I
that
would
vacation.
suspect it.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, Tilk's got the best vacation.
That's
What a
true.
guy.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
So it takes Sam like another 5 years to say yes to the cabin.
I know. And then we get to see it twice.
Yes, we do.
One with fish.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if you can hear the smile on my face right now, but I'm like
Yeah,
dying.
we can hear it.
I actually can hear it. Oh, I'm so giddy right now.
Yeah.
She's gonna change her
So
mind.
me too. So Sam smile.
Yeah, I don't know what she was planning on saying.
Oh, we don't know, do we?
No.
And this shot is
Damn you,
repeated.
Stargate.
This shot is repeated in season 4.
Yep. Oh, the music. I can't.
What is a loofah?
It's a sponge
Oh.
or something.
I
Oh,
actually don't know.
was that
As far as
Martin
I know,
Wood
Loofah's a
in the
sponge.
background there? I think it was.
Sorry?
I think that was
I
Martin
think that
Wood
was
in the
as
background.
Major Wood.
Yeah.
It may have been. I was going to mention that later, but I couldn't find him, so that could have been him in the background.
Probably him, yeah. I love this set. Stock photo of Earth. Back to the cool set.
Oh gosh.
It is a very good set.
Yeah. I love the replicators. I think they're so just the way they evolve over time as well. Like they evolve in a way that you expect machines to do in a sci-fi series, but just the way that they do it, like with Replicator, oh, it's so good. It's so far away.
Do we know how they made the sound of the replicators?
I've been trying to
Great
get the guys from
question.
Sharp Sound on for years. So we'll see. And
Okay.
here they enter, stage left.
I love that they're purple because they're eating the Asgard
Yeah.
shit, but then the ones that eat the Russian sub are
Yes.
like a standard metal that you find on
Yes.
Earth.
Yeah,
It's
iron,
such
yeah.
a good detail.
And a moment here also just to acknowledge the menacing theme music for the
Yeah.
replicators.
Oh,
and the opening sequence,
God, the
guys.
gross season 4-5 opening
Yes.
scene. Oh, God.
So
no.
this changes to the original Sphinx, and instead of the clip montage used in the syndication airing, and this is used apparently until season 6.
Wow.
Yes,
so
it
the
is.
version
These
that
are the
we're
only
watching, is the
2
Sphinx from the movie.
seasons that I
Yeah.
do not watch the intros for.
Wow.
Ever.
Oh, really?
I get up and I walk away. I get myself a drink or a snack. It makes me angry.
God.
It's so
So,
lazy.
On
As was sort of already
Showtime, we always
mentioned-
had this. Always on Showtime.
Oh, did you? Always. Okay.
Gross.
So, as we've already sort of mentioned, Martin Wood appears as Major Wood in his first of 24 episodes. So, he'll also appear as the NID agent in Wormhole Extreme and a firefighter in Changeling.
And in Continuum,
and
he's
the
Major
Wormhole
Wood.
Extreme director in 200.
Yeah.
And I also kind of wanted to give a shout out to one of the regular, I guess, what would you call them? Just actors in the background. So Guile Lee Fraser, he played Technician 2 in this episode, and I'll point him out later, but this is his third Stargate appearance, and he'll later return in another 2 episodes of SG-1 and 1 episode of Universe. So he's in like a decent amount of episodes.
That was a cool shot of the bug climbing all over him.
I like that you can see on the wall where the replicators have nibbled some of the walls
Yep.
as well.
Yes.
They've been chewing away.
Like, that is like, oh, it's terrifying.
I
So
love that
this
they
is
leave Jack
actually-
alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is actually...
So this is the first episode to be shot completely in 35mm. They won't start filming in HD apparently until season 8. And this episode won a Leo Award for Best Overall Sound and was nominated for an Emmy for Outstanding Special Visual Effects.
Damn. Deserves it.
And check
It's a
out
good
the size
time.
of his laptop.
Yeah, I was very
Look at the
thick.
goo. Look at them chewing.
Yeah, that is grim. Hey, Michael.
Oh, what was Michael?
The
Cool.
voice of Thor.
Oh, okay. I can't hear him.
Oh yeah, because you've got no sound.
Yeah.
So yeah.
If I ever get Michael on, I'm going to ask him to do Thor.
Jacob asked,
That would be cool.
is the no, not Jacob. Jacob made a joke saying, your intro is no one does those anymore. You throw in the title and get on with it, which is who just asked that? Pac-Man D3 asked, did they repurpose the set for the episode The Light in season 4? It kind of looks very similar. That's a question,
Oh, I don't
Quite
know.
possible.
and I don't know the answer. Yeah.
Talk to us, Thor.
Look at his neck. It's really straining, huh?
Yeah.
Mm.
That puppet's having some struggle.
Yeah. This is the first time we've seen this new design.
Yeah.
I think this is the first Asgard that was created for the show. The one previously was repurposed from the Outer
Oh.
Limits.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I do love how many times Stargate is like repurposed stuff and used it. I think that's like what a great way to save money and still make good content.
Yep.
So, guys, I'm totally having a moment of clarity. Like, in stark contrast to the replicators, I'm actually repelled by advanced technology.
Yes.
Rick loved acting with the puppet. He loved it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have expected that, honestly.
It was his favorite.
Is that why the Asgard always turned up?
Guest.
Because he was like,
Yeah.
I want the puppet back.
That's the bridge. That's what the bridge looks like.
The Beliskner. I forget that's the name of the ship. So if you ask that in trivia, I will forget next
The
time.
Blister?
So
Okay.
yeah, hit me with it.
Yeah.
I will not remember. So it
Doesn't really roll off the tongue, does
doesn't, no.
it? Okay, so like we've met a few Asgard protected planets,
Yeah.
but the replicators chose Earth. So do you think they chose Earth because it's more technologically advanced than some of the other societies? Or do you think the Asgard sort of rates each planet like Yelp? You know, like Earth. So like Earth, 4 out of 5 stars.
I was
good
going to say
natural
not a 5,
resources,
but yeah. 4
moderate
out of 5.
technology, curious people, tasty alloys.
Yeah.
Not quite 5th race or 5-star worthy, but would visit again.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
In truth, they would have gone for one of the Gould planets next. But
Yeah.
that wouldn't have been an excuse to get one of SG-1 on board.
I like to think that it had like an extra little star next to it because they love Jack so much.
Yeah.
Oh,
I find it funny that it's now on 2 different occasions Thor has essentially brought a ship to Earth in orbit that's just kind of stuck there until it will inevitably crash into the ocean. Like, what are you doing, Thor? On 2 different occasions.
it's asking for some ordnance.
Mm-hmm. Jacob has asked, was the ship in Thor's chariot the Beliskner or a random Asgard cruiser, or do we not know?
That's the ship under his command, so it's always been assumed that it's the same ship.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Mm.
He looks like what oil looks like when it comes in contact with light.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that kind of rainbow sheen.
Uh-huh.
So I was listening back to your interview, David, or one of your interviews with Robert C. Cooper, and he said that he was sort of inspired by Terminator and the Borg from Star Trek. He loved the idea of a villain you couldn't negotiate with and that didn't play any mind games. And he called the replicators the sci-fi equivalent of cockroaches.
Yeah.
Because the villains are prolific, unpredictable, and they operate on instinct and not emotion.
Yeah, they don't
And
have...
he also said...
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry.
They don't have egos. You can't appeal to them.
Yep.
Exactly. And he said that the replicator storyline also gave the writers a chance to give the Jafar a break instead of mowing them down, as he said, in yet another episode.
Yep.
And he called it more sort of video game fun instead of being morally questionable in terms of, like, you know, the massive loss of life.
That's it.
Yep.
My only frustration with all my only frustration with all the blowing all of them away throughout the run of the show is that there are never bullet holes. Every bullet always hits its target. So as they go to town on them, the walls. I mean, some things do get blown up, but you never see bullet holes. So
yeah, when they're running down those corridors in the season 5 opener, which is hold on, my brain.
Enemies.
God. That's it. It is enemies, isn't it? Look at me to slow on the ball.
Even at the end of this episode, where they're going nuts. As the replicators are coming on them. You can't see any bullet holes, I don't think.
Yeah.
Did he just fast forward through the video?
Yes.
That was
funny.
Yes,
yeah, he did.
That was very Jack of him, and he skipped it. And he's walking out as he's about to say the important bit.
It doesn't bode well for him. It doesn't work in his favor later on because he's missing out this
he walked out on
bit of
strong
information.
enough to attract the replicators. Like, you dum-dum. Smack you, Jack.
I want those khakis.
Yeah, they look comfortable.
They do look really comfortable.
So this
I actually quite like his jacket.
You'll see this in the Incaran episode next season as the Gadmir ship, but just painted white.
Okay.
Oh my god, you're right.
Yeah, repurposing sets was done all the time. Scorched Earth is the episode. Damn it, George.
I love they have no idea what's coming. I love Sam's little panic face.
This music is so good. I'm sorry, David.
It is. No, it's a classic. Classic, iconic.
Yep. Joel was inspired by Jaws.
Yeah, it is very Jaws,
I can hear that.
it?
I can hear that. Yeah, like the 2 notes.
Replicator vision.
Oh, look, all weapons do nothing.
Nope. Piss him off. And if you don't actually...
But it kind of goes for taking like 2 bullets to destroying a replicator and then sort of just changes to 1 later.
Well, I think it's... You know, how many...
Oh, well, I think the later ones tend to be just normal metal. These ones are the special purple ones.
So they had... if you damage enough blocks with the bullets, they can't reincorporate. But you'll notice like there were like 3 or 4 of them, and then only enough blocks remained that only 2 of them were able to come back together. So if you do physical damage to enough of the blocks, then they won't they're like, okay, we're good.
And you said it was like
Yeah,
two
yeah.
shots on one instead
Yeah.
and then one later, which is, so that just makes sense that the blocks are obviously stronger
Yeah.
because they're the purple ones.
Yep. They're the purple ones. I'd love to have a purple replicator.
A Shimmering Victoria's come in late saying, man, I'm annoyed I missed the first episode. I really need to work on getting on these lives on time. It's okay.
You're here for the better one.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was going to mention as well before that I won't delve into the specifics because I don't understand weapons for starters, so I don't want to make a fool of myself. But apparently Carter's gun is an odd weapon of choice for an Air Force officer. It's more commonly used in the Army.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I love how she says they brought EVA suits, but one of them just got eaten, so you're not all going to be able to get off the ship via EVA.
No.
So, not unless Thor has some
That's just all needless
replicator
detail.
technology.
Yeah.
What was Sam holding, by the way, weapon-wise? Is that like an M16?
Is it Spaz 12?
No.
Nah, Sam's not using a shotgun.
Yeah, someone in the chat can.
Oh, actually, it might be a Spaz 12.
Find that out.
It might be a Spaz 12, actually. Someone come in with gun knowledge in the chat.
My gun
Gotta be an
knowledge is
American in
very
there, who
limited.
knows? I'm English.
An English boy.
I love that.
We
What's
saved
the
your ass
stakes?
in World War II.
Yeah.
Well, we saved your ass in World War III. That's true. What am I
Would you
referencing?
say?
No one knows
Oh,
what I'm
God.
referencing?
The
The Simpsons. Come on.
Thank
Lisa's
okay.
wedding. One of the best episodes ever.
It is one of the best episodes ever.
Do you think the Asgard kind of overestimated Jack? Like they knew, if they knew him at all, they'd
Right,
understand that
yeah,
he had
exactly.
like a pretty short attention span and a limited ability to process technobabble.
Thor's always pushing him. It's Paul.
Yeah, so Robin has
Hi,
said
buddy.
the shotgun is a Spaz 12, but the Spaz 12 is actually what Teal'c was holding. Sam was holding something different. I'm trying to figure out what that is. Lockwood just says the Colt Car 15. We'll check what that is. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it is an automatic rifle. I thought so.
There we go.
Just reminds me of an M16 when I look at it. Thank you.
No, the creators were dead. Oops.
Mm.
Yep. That's what my friend Faye said about Stargate. She was like, what is their job? Like, they just always go out and do this.
So if this episode proves anything, is that the Asgard are not very dissimilar to the Tolan. Like both have overconfidence in their technology and are almost destroyed by their arrogance. Like the biggest difference is that the Asgard can kind of admit fault.
Yes.
Like they're trying to make up for their mistakes.
Yeah, that's why we like the Asgard so much, because they're just like, well, we're still going to help and we're still going to do what we can, and we don't mind having help from the inferior races, you know, while the Tolans are very arrogant.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why they all die.
They exist just to make more of themselves. That is all.
That is a terrifying idea.
They're all talking to each other.
Replicate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just entry.
Yeah.
It's never been in there before.
Apparently, the science is a little incorrect. So friction would produce some heat, but the vast majority would be due to the compression of air into plasma during re-entry.
Wow.
Right. Thank you for the science lesson. I'm learning. If I had you around, I could have maybe passed my science tests in school.
Yeah, me or the internet.
With all these facts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just slowly feed them to me over time through Stargate, and then eventually one of them will stick. what I love is that this happens again, kind of in the end of season 5.
Yep.
Because
Yeah, they
Sam
do.
sits there and directs them around.
Exactly. Yeah.
While an Asgard's
She
just chilling,
does.
being like, "Hey,
Yeah.
we are hooped."
They come such
And
a
then
far
these two
way
go
with the
around.
CGI
Yeah,
in one season.
Yes.
And they also had, budget left over at the end of season 5 to pull that off.
Mm-hmm,
So,
mm-hmm.
and not Hermione, Heimdall looked great. Terrell Roth.
yeah. Robin Christensen asked, "What kind of media are we watching Stargate on at the moment? The three of us."
An MP4 file from
Yes.
my DVD collections.
Yes.
Actually, my
'Cause
Blu-ray collections.
We all need to be watching the American editions. Evie and I have different sounding editions if we were to get DVDs because of the
PAL
different
is
region
faster.
coding.
Yeah, so that's
Mhm.
why
Yes.
I've got the 44 minutes on the screen there, so you can find the right cut.
So anybody English who's watching via English DVDs will have that problem. However, if you stream via Amazon Prime, you won't have that problem because I learned the other day that it's streaming in the NTSC version, not the PAL version in England.
Yeah,
So-
PAL is just been sped up. That's all. It's not the original intended broadcast version. So,
Yeah.
so
I think it's sped up due to
it's
like
a
some
frame
sort of
rate
power thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
With the frame rates in the UK, it's
Yeah.
weird.
and also a couple more extra minutes of commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
So I think we kind of brushed on this before, but it
Looks like
appears as
waffles.
though they're excreting a kind of like digestive acid as
they
a
Yeah.
spray
metal
yes,
alloys.
they spray and that's also what's used against the
something
Russian
to
at the
help
beginning
them-
of
The Russian guy, yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Either
guy.
that or it's like replicated drool.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Yeah,
a really
like the alien,
tasty
like the
alloy.
xenomorph.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Obs. You okay, my dude? He's taking a
He's
nap.
not well.
He's not doing too good.
How did they hurt him? I mean, I'm not seeing any like
They don't really explain
bandages of
Yeah.
just like,
No.
we never see an Asgard like blood or anything like that.
No, maybe he's just sort of been fighting the replicators to the point
I
of
always
exhaustion.
assumed
I
he
don't
had
know.
an exhaustion problem and like his body
Yeah.
was like past due and he needed another clone or
Yeah,
something.
they do go through them.
Yeah. I assumed he was just at the end of his cycle with this clone.
Yep.
Mm,
Raj Luthor asked, in a battle, I wonder who would win, Borg or replicators? As a non-Star Trek fan, I cannot answer this question, but David probably can.
Not without seriously deconstructing that question. I don't have time.
David
for that
is going
now.
to reconstruct it after
Right.
in December when we come back and
Right.
give you an answer.
The building blocks that make up the Borg are microscopic, so quite possibly the Borg would win.
Mac Berlin's conscience says Borg resistance is futile.
That is a cool shot of the bridge, and the only
I
shot of an
know.
Asgard bridge.
Yeah,
that.
you always just see them in a little corner room with a little table being like, I'm
Yep.
going to move a stone now.
yeah. It's like they cut some corners with the CGI in the last episode, but they've saved it for this episode, and
Yeah.
the CGI is a lot better.
Yeah.
Oh, they managed to get. They didn't grab the other one. I guess it was inferior
No,
technology.
they said nothing's been damaged.
Okay. It's still 2 EV suits for 3 people.
So, mm.
That was a little silly, yeah. One of my favorite things about Stargate is like trying to figure out how they're going to get their way out of this one. And
Mhm.
I love their end solution. It's just it's so good.
Yep, it's a great
'Cause
idea.
You don't see that coming. Like
No.
what a
It's very
fantastic
creative.
idea.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stargate's full of creative solutions to all their
I
problems.
just love how it ties in that extra gate that we've seen,
It's
in a couple of episodes
continuing the
before.
lore of other
Yeah.
episodes. Oh,
Yeah.
so good. Mm.
Oh, he's a glass half empty kind of dude.
Yeah, you need to chill. Half full. Let's go. No, but our atmosphere is also a weapon, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I can't get it out of my head whenever she says re-entry because it's like McKay in season 4 of Atlantis when they're talking and he's like, well, it would just be entry. We technically haven't been here before. And it's not him, sorry, it's Bill. It's Bill in Atlantis.
All
Right. And he's like, we've never been here before. It's not re-entry, it's entry. And then Sam goes, Bill, and he's like, yeah, all right, I'll shut up. So whenever Sam says re-entry, it's doing my head in because all I can think is that.
Oh, so he gets it. He gets it.
Mm-hmm. That's why we've got the equipment.
I can almost feel Jack's headache.
Yeah.
Hey, he's walking around.
It is funny how similar the next episode is to this episode again. Like they basically go through this very similar kind of team up again.
Mm.
And then it also ends with a beaming out situation.
Russians, here we go.
Yeah.
Enter
I was
the
gonna
Russian
say, like,
component.
Yeah, so how much do you think they know at this point? Are they just reacting to the US's response, or do you think they might have some intel at this stage?
Anything that
they definitely have some intel.
anything that Kinsey knows, they probably know. Or
yeah,
have
I was
heard
gonna say,
rumors
like,
of.
Isn't it all we do is just snoop on each other? That is just, you know, like what all our secret agencies are doing. Just keeping an eye on.
Oh boy.
Oh, DEFCON 3.
Yep.
What an annoying alarm, though. Like, how's anybody supposed to think in a panic situation with that annoying sound?
Well, it stops.
I don't think it's ongoing.
No, it's
no, I know, but like, geez, that would stress me out if I start hearing that. And I'm like, oh, it's really going bad.
I think that's the whole point.
Red alert.
Stress you out.
Isn't the one time it goes to like DEFCON 1 in like season 8 when they're like about to nuke each other?
Do they go to DEFCON 1?
Yeah, I think they did.
Okay.
I think I saw it and I went, whoa, because it's
I'm
never
pretty
gone
sure
that
they go to
serious.
DEFCON 1 in this episode too.
Do they?
Yeah, at the very end, I'm pretty sure they go.
Wow.
I hope they do.
Okay.
It's nice to
Or
see.
maybe they just go to DEFCON.
I mean, it's
2.
not nice to see.
I'm
but it's
second guessing
interesting.
myself now.
Let's find out.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, if they do go to DEFCON 1 in this episode, it's not really addressed. It sort of just happens in the background.
Oh, we've got another new person. Chibi Me 10 has just joined the chat.
Hello.
Hello. What's up with all these
Welcome.
new people? Hello.
I can't
This is
explain
our
it.
season finale.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, guys. You're gonna have to wait a few months. We'll be back.
Well, they got plenty to watch, you know, in the rewatch.
Yeah,
So,
we've got
and I'll be
playlists and live streams. Check out our lives. They're great.
I'll be posting it on
I think.
on iTunes too. So
Yes, I'm very excited about that. The podcasts.
yep. Three simple buttons: open, pressurize, open.
Yes.
Chibi Me 10 just said, hello everyone, long time stalker, first time chatter.
Well, welcome.
Quietly lingering in the background is perfectly acceptable. We are okay with it. But please always, you know, even if you're a quiet lingerer, hold on, I don't talk over this part.
Yes.
If you're a quiet lingerer in the background, like, you know, and you don't want to talk, please just, you know, find a way to just give us your rating of chevrons. That's,
No digestive
you know,
fluid.
we don't expect much more from you. Yes, that is very bad.
Yep.
Poor Teal.
Not as fast as Xenomorph Blood, but soon.
Yeah, so Lockwatcher just said they went to DEFCON 1 and Full Alert, which is what I said, yeah.
Got
But I don't know if they did it at any other points. But I thought that was the one time I ever saw it hit that. But, you know, I like to act like I'm the biggest fan, and to a degree I am, but I don't know everything, so.
Nope.
I think that Stargate does the floating in space stuff pretty well. Like, whenever they do it, I'm always very impressed.
That's the bomb from, it looks just like the bomb from Matter of Time.
Yeah,
the
like
speaker? It might be.
Yeah, just
the
not
real
as, not as
speaker.
big, yeah.
The butt end of it,
Yeah.
when they're pressing all the things,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah, it probably is. This sequence coming up,
Yeah.
the shot from space is pretty
Really cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it looks great.
Yes. Yeah, this shot here. I think it really gives the audience perspective, because it's sort of difficult to appreciate the importance of Teal'c's spacewalk with like only the words.
Yep.
Like, this is a massive spaceship, and like the entirety of Carter's plan verges on like this one action.
Yep. He all done.
Yeah, hurry up, my dude.
He's in space. He's doing the best. Oh.
Oh.
This does stress me out. Like, I already know the outcome. I
have secondhand stress, if that's possible.
Yeah.
And I've seen this episode a lot of times.
Same.
O'Neill, I must get in.
How do they shoot these scenes where they're like supposed to be floating in space? Like how do they do it?
They just move slowly and pretend to be
He
weightless.
looked like he was floating. Like,
Yeah.
it's just
Oh,
movie
boy.
magic, man. It's so good.
Mhm.
Yep.
Oh,
No.
hold your breath.
Yeah, I was going
Kill
to say,
the ream,
hold
kill
your
the
breath,
ream.
Junior. Yeah. Do you think Junior's taking a big gulp of air? Just like,
A
those
gulp
little
of
cheeks
symbiote
puffed
air.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. What an adorable image you just put into my head. Imagine his little cheeks like red and his eyes all
Yes.
panicked. A furrowed brow if he kind of could develop one.
Oh.
Lockwatcher reminds me of when one of my favorites, when Shepard tossed Zelenka in Atlantis.
Yeah, the same two
Yes.
parts I was referring to.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of when I was, again, with the floating.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great sequence. One
It
of my
was.
favorite shots from Stargate. It's so good.
Always looks like to me he just pushed off like the minimum. Like, you couldn't have pushed off further.
Yeah,
harder?
I think maybe his energy is lacking.
That's true.
Yeah. Dan Ben said, I believe the Spanish title for this episode was Fair Punishment.
Really?
What a weird, yeah. I mean, we've discussed it, how weird the translations can be in other languages. Like, it's so bizarre what they do with the titles.
It's got to be far enough by now.
Chibi Me 10 said, hosts, you want a rating in chevrons? I'll give you a 9 out of 9 chevrons.
Oh.
The reflection of the ship and his...
That's cute.
Yeah. There we go.
Thank you, Chibi Me 10. Hey!
Oh god.
Get him out of there.
So much pressure on Carter.
Help him breathe.
Oh, everyone's struggling.
2 down. 2 to go. Oh, the lights are red. I didn't notice that before. They've gone from yellow to red.
Mm.
There we go. Bye-bye, Thor.
Good job. That's following orders. It's so cute.
Dan Ben just said that Chibi Me 10 can't give us a 9 out of 9 chevrons. I think he was being cute because of how many chevrons there actually are on the gate.
Yeah.
So, but no, we would rate it to 8 or 9, but then it would get really confusing as time goes on if we applied a new chevron per show. So we're going to stick to 7.
Yeah, for the entire run.
For episodes the entire run. Otherwise, comparatively, it's going to be a pain trying to line them all up for averages.
Yeah, Anthony wouldn't have a good time.
No.
Yeah. There's
Oh, poor Daniel.
Daniel's cheeky little reference to Michael Shanks also voicing Thor.
Yeah.
Is it specifically a reference to that?
I don't know. I was actually going to ask you guys the same question.
You can look at it that
I
way.
kind of like to think it was deliberate.
Yeah, because he's there. He's just...
Bit on the nose is cute.
Yeah. Well, we can't have that. You guys still with me?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm enjoying the episode.
Just
I'm
enjoying
tethered,
it, yeah.
so it's tethered cell phone. I'm like, oh, didn't lose them.
It's just such a good time.
We rarely have so much silence as that moment right there. So,
Just wait aggressively. Just
the rocks
scratch
aren't
back and forth.
working.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Like the way you just said no with like every syllable imaginable, like every vowel.
Right,
just
exactly.
Went through it. It was so Australian and he was great.
No. That's the Australian way.
Yeah.
That's the Australian way, guys.
I love it. I love it so much.
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
That's not bad.
That wasn't bad at all.
Uh-oh. Look at the reflection of the star map on the back wall there. I think that's the first time we've really seen that. Martin Wood.
So this technician in the background is Guile Lee Fraser, who's in a whole bunch of episodes.
On the left there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're still at 3.
Yep.
Okay, maybe it just
going
goes
to
to 2.
I genuinely think Full Alert is the one time they go to DEFCON 1.
Quite possibly. Yeah,
because
it's
it's
called
right.
Full
Because that's
Alert.
when like, yeah, isn't it when Russia and America are gonna like go full on nukes and then they calm down right at the end?
Mm.
We're going to need the Russians' help. Geopolitically, it's been really interesting rewatching these episodes. I've been watching a few, heavily with the Russians, and it's like, man, how times can change so quickly.
Yes.
When they're indoors, they have glasses to fire the
Protective
guns.
eyewear. Yeah.
Because they're in closed quarters. And when they're firing guns, I love how they disguise their earplugs. You just don't notice them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Oh.
Boom.
I love how Hammond ran like that was going to do something.
That's it.
To
To run
quote,
really fast, you might be able to catch it.
To quote Daniel and C, that was funny. To quote Daniel in season 8, it's wow, I'd really hate to be the one that has to explain this to the president. Then Jack glares at him.
So conveniently, when it was beamed aboard, it was leaning against the walls of the ship.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is actually the first time we've heard this, that there should be enough power to dial out once.
Yep. If there's enough power in the gate that the inner track
Sorry.
is released and free to spin. There's a lock in the show, not in the real one. There's a locking mechanism inside of it that prevents it from doing just that. So
Right.
yeah. Only the SGC built gate would spin like that, not the away gate. So
Yes,
I think they may
true.
be on that set in that shot with Teal'c, and they just see now it's not anymore. Now it's not spinning.
Yeah.
So I think the
Yeah.
tighter shot may be Teal'c on the set, and they
Okay.
drool.
Jacob said, was Walter getting a coffee when the Stargate disappeared?
So I was gonna say before that I kind of mentioned it earlier how I like that the Beta Gate was woven back into the story.
Yep.
So if I remember correctly, I think it takes a week to get the second gate up and running.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they'd have to like transport it to the SGC, set it up, remove that welded iris before they can actually receive or retrieve SG-1.
Yeah.
And I guess kind of Jack gets the downtime that he was looking for.
Yeah.
But I actually know that there's a few fan fiction stories that I've read about what actually happens on that
I hope
planet.
there was fish and he was able to do some
and-
spearfishing.
Yeah, I mean, some of them are more explicit than others, but yes, I think he did do some fishing.
I like that the 2 chevrons on the bottom are like not lit up, and
Nope,
that like
they
you're
never
so
light.
used to seeing it. Yeah,
Yep.
you're so used
Yeah.
to seeing it in the ground or underneath
Right.
the ramp.
Mhm.
So I'm just like, I'm not used to seeing them just not lit, just sitting there.
Stargate
Lying
Network
there.
got that detail if you looked at the opening shot.
Yeah.
And there he goes. Bye, Thor.
Yeah, so you're right. It's not doing any damage.
Yeah.
Like they're shooting,
No,
they're
the bullets
firing
never
a lot
go
of
through
bullets,
the
but
walls.
yeah, they're not doing any damage to the ship.
They're trained so well. They've got like accuracy ratings so amazing that they hit every bug.
Yeah.
Yes.
They are that good. This is why they're the #1 frontline team.
That's it. And at a certain point, you do
Exactly.
get so many bugs that there's no way to hit anything other than bugs at a certain moment here.
I was gonna
so-
say that automatic rifles is shooting a lot of bullets that look like they would not be hitting.
Right?
So there's actually at least 3 replicators, I think, walking along the
Yeah.
Stargate. So, like, they shoot a couple, but we don't see them shoot the others. So do you think that they actually slip through the event horizon?
If they did, they took care of them on the other side.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did. What a shot.
Oh.
Get out of there, boys and girls.
A fireball.
It's going to land right on top of the island of the Blue Dolphins. No one? No one gets that reference?
No.
I'm sorry.
You had crappy childhoods.
I was born in 98. Let me off.
It's a book from the 60s.
Like, I was not born for another 30 plus years.
They still exist
doesn't
afterwards.
matter.
Time moves forward.
I'm fully aware, David, but Lord, have mercy.
He hears you. And somehow one replicator manages to survive. What an ending. I love this.
Yes. I've literally written on my notes what an ending. It's funny.
Norse braid and an alien bug. Shake it off, buddy. Shake it off. There he goes. Great ending.
So good.
I love this episode. This is
It's a banger of an episode.
it's a banger.
It was a very good end of season episode for sure.
Last episode with Jonathan Glassner's involvement.
Oh,
departed the show
I didn't
after
realize
this.
that.
Yep.
I didn't know that either.
Right.
Chibi Me 10 just said born in 98. I was a teen watching SG-1 as it aired, and now I'm crumbling into dust hearing that comment.
Well, strap yourself in because she mentions it a lot.
Look, I can't help how old I am. All right.
Am I the only one who's read Island of the Blue Dolphins in this chat?
No one has
Oh,
said anything.
if he's
I can't look
referencing
at
the
this.
book, I'm glad to say I know that book. Thank you,
Shimmering Victoria, yes.
Very good, yes. It was an island of Gallis Odd. It's off the coast of California. So, yeah, and now it's I think it's a Navy airstrip. Anyway.
I want to add, that sounds like an American thing, so we really wouldn't know.
That was Nemesis. Thanks for joining us for season 3 of Stargate SG-1.
Thank you.
Oh gosh, we usually do a we've talked about this before, David, about doing like the whole recap thing of the season and all our thoughts. Are we saving that for December?
Let's
That's
do
quite
that.
far away.
Well, I
Saving-
mean, I don't want to deal with it right now.
That's
We'll deal
fine.
with it
That's
some-
fine. It's gonna.
Yeah.
It's gonna
I
be
like
a
to compile
whole-
my thoughts.
Yeah.
So
That's
It's
yeah.
not like
I like.
we've
I
not
like doing
seen
what
this
everyone else
season
do, so.
before, so I mean,
Yeah.
we'll do that with Fifth Element. So,
Okay.
thoughts, comments, ruminations. Nicole,
Ooh.
You know what? I never go first. Shall I go first?
Evie, please
go first.
save
Do it.
us.
Right. So,
Okay.
in terms of finales, right? I have strong opinions on finales, as you and most of the chat knows. Season 1 was pooey. Because it was weak compared to what I know about the rest of the show. Season 2, massively pooey. What was that? The only great thing was Hathor. It's a damn clip show. No. Right, and other season finales just get better and better as time goes on. Like they are peak, right? This one is not peak, but it's getting there, and it's better than all the previous ones because the replicators are legitimately terrifying. Seeing the Asgard, freaking out, being like, "Oh, we're screwed." It's like, "Oh, this is finally the thing that we're like building up. This kills the Asgard." Like, and it's fun. It's nice. It leads on to some more fun stuff, but it's not as like world ending and as crazy as like other Stargate episodes I've seen.
It's potentially world-ending.
Potentially world-ending,
But it
but we know
doesn't.
Stargate.
Yep.
So it doesn't feel as high stakes as everything else has, but the stakes are high in a, like, this is going to continue for a while, and this could be a bigger problem. So I'm going to give this a 5. That took me a second. I was between 4 or 5, and I was like, I'm going to think about that for a second.
You look like you were straining there for a minute, so.
Yeah.
I'm always straining. The other week
Constipation
I
is curable.
as well. With my issues, I could be straining.
Okay. Evie?
Oh, God. Okay, so I do enjoy this episode, and I share Nicole's view in that I think it is better than the last 2 finales that we've had. And I think they do improve. They improve from here. I do really like the replicators in this form. I'll get to that in a second.
Not as human form, okay.
Well,
less
it kind
in
of
human form.
It sort of. I love Fifth. Don't get me wrong, but I think it almost kind of goes back on the reason that they brought the replicators in.
Yeah, they become
from a writing standpoint.
They become
negotiable. They're supposed to be emotionless, and now they have emotions anyway. So
and they have goals other than pure replication.
Exactly,
Love me.
which is kind of going against the reason they were created in the first place, because they were supposed to be like the kryptonite to the Asgard, who were seemingly perfect, but they wanted to, I think, have a reason for them not being around all the time. So they created the replicators because that was a good excuse. They've got this other big thing happening in their galaxy. They can't always focus on other worlds and what's happening there, even if they are protected planets. So I am also going to give this a 5. I don't think it's quite a 6 for me, and it's definitely not a 4. So I'm gonna go a 5.
That's the thing. I thought I want to give it a 4 in a way, but I feel like there's a certain level of like love and appreciation I have for the change, and I've got and I can't take all the other finales into my head and go, oh, they're all better, because this is still the early days. So the
graphics are good. The music was like on point.
Da-na-na-na. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, love the replicator theme. It's fantastic. And now that you've mentioned that they kind of use that theme tune from Jaws as like inspiration, I can kind of hear it a little bit, but I think I appreciate it more. So do you want to hear it? So I'm gonna go with a 5.
Do you want it?
Sorry?
Do you want to hear it? Do you want to hear from the episode?
Yes.
So Joel sent it to me, not the one from Continuum, but the track from this episode. And
that's quite exciting.
Find it.
Oh,
so
cool.
We can all enjoy it together.
Yay! All right. Yep.
You can listen to it away from the sounds of the replicators. Give me just a moment here. Stargate music.
I'm still dying to know how they did the sound for the replicators. I really want to know.
I'm curious now.
Okay. I've never done just an audio, so let's see what happens if I share.
Okay.
Advanced sharing options.
Mac Berlin's Conscious just asked, are you traveling abroad, David? Is that why the break is happening? I'm assuming is what the
I will be doing some of that, but I just need a break as well. Files.
You do a lot.
You got to look after yourself.
That's it.
Mental health is very important.
That's it. I totally believe that.
Mental health break.
Ted just said replicators versus Geth. In terms of who do I like more, I like the Geth more. In terms of who's going to kill who, the replicators beat the Geth any day.
They're the
Geth? Geth are the robotic android type race in Mass Effect that they fight for a while before the Reapers come along and have a similar thing. Reapers versus replicators, Reapers win. So
you guys ready to listen to music from Nemesis?
Yeah.
This is right after the opening of the credits. Ready?
Okay. Yep.
Let me know if you can't hear it.
Okay.
And that's the wrong.
Yes.
Hang on just a second here. That's the wrong.
That was
output.
A great sound.
Just a moment.
It was so good though.
It was good. I heard it. It's like all excited.
Let's try it again. Here we go.
Okay. Oh yes.
I didn't know it went that dramatic.
Wow.
Can't hear it.
Whoa.
Oh wow, the rise and falls in that are just awesome. The swell and then it
I want
drops down.
Joel's music to be released.
I'm hearing things I've like never heard before.
Yeah, I know. It's blowing my mind.
And this is
Okay,
like
Joel is like
extremist
crazy talented.
to appreciate this content.
There you go.
Wow.
That
Isn't that
was
cool?
I heard some you know what?
It is
It's
awesome.
I love Stargate because it's the gift that keeps on giving, because it has been, how old am I? It has been 26 years since Stargate started, and I'm still finding new things to love about it. So
Yep.
wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Juicy.
That was incredible. I
rate-
would love to see that performed live. How
Yeah.
incredible
Yes,
would that
absolutely.
be?
Stargate Orchestra would
At
be
least
juicy.
we've got a version of it in the Arc of Truth soundtrack. So I'm glad that that's
Yes.
And with that,
Yeah.
that's not synthesized. That's actually a full orchestra.
I don't know if the same. I wanted to say
Yeah.
quickly. I don't know if you guys have the same thing in your countries, but in Australia, we sometimes will do like a live screening of, say, Star Wars, for example. But they'll have a live orchestra there doing the music.
Yep.
So
That's a
good.
thing
They
here.
need to do that with. They need to do that with
England
Stargate, I
blows.
think.
What can I tell you? We are not great. You know what?
You've
We should
got
really
things like that.
capitalize. And we need to start capitalizing on these things. England does not love money enough, like to use nerds. You know, like use me. I want to throw my money at the nerdy stuff. Start giving me the stuff, and I'll pay for it. Like I'm so jealous of America because they get all the cool stuff, and I sit here and I'm like, I feel like a peasant.
It's because most of it starts from here. So
I know, it's so
All
frustrating. Share.
Sorry, your rating, David.
Yes.
the visual effects are amazing. The characters are on par. The story is fun. I don't think it's fair to come in later and rate, sixes and sevens on things only because these episodes existed and all the through lines added up to them later, like like Reckoning, for instance. This is a damn good episode, and I'm going to treat it as a 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I like that I gave the last one a 6 and you two went for 5s, and this one you've gone for the 6 and we've gone for the 5s.
Wayne Cobbett. Hello, Wayne. England does do orchestra screenings, especially Doctor Who, etc., etc.
Sorry. What? Send me a list. Go on to Twitter, please. Find me and harass me with lists of these screenings, please. Respectfully. Thank you. I require them in my life. Harass me respectfully. I require, like, honestly, like, I'm not a huge Doctor Who fan, but like the thing is, right, I like orchestras. I like sci-fi orchestras. I like gaming orchestras. I've gone to the gaming ones, but I've never seen an orchestra exist for a screening of a film. I've only seen orchestras for plays. So it's cool. Okay, right. I'm now gonna look at everyone's stuff.
Yes, please. Stuff away.
Wayne said the age comment got me too. I'm sorry, guys. So Anthony says it's a 5 from me. Pac-Man D3 said this one's also a 5 out of 7 from me. The first appearance of Replicators is special. Yep. Magbolan's Conscience says 6. Wayne said that was a solid 7 out of 7 chevrons for me. A great baddie. Dan Ben says 6 out of 7. Teresa MC came in late and said they missed today, but they're but gave thumbs up. Thank you very much, Teresa. Appreciate you. Thank you very much for the cheeky like.
Yeah,
please give us likes if you can, everybody. Gecko Fett says episode is a 7 out of 7. Would dial again, even with the glaring goofs. Love it. That's a good one. Robin Christensen said 6 out of 7. Lockwatch said 7 chevrons, gave an extra for being able to watch it with Dal the Gay and David, Nicole and Yvie. Thanks for the season ender. Oh, that's so cute. Thank you. Roger, who says my rating for Nemesis is 6 out of 7. Becca says 6. I think it's a great episode. Jean Diada says 5 chevrons on its own. It goes up to 6 if I put it with the part 2. So yeah, so that's a 5. Jed Ted says 7 chevrons. Love the suspense. Shivering Victoria says 5 out of 7. I'm more into the lore than the big crazy action. Same, but big crazy action is fun. But I know a lot of people enjoy it, so it's still a fun episode. It's not always my cup of tea. That's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Dan Ben says season 5, 6, and 8 didn't really have cliffhanger endings. No, they ended well. 6 kind of did, but it didn't end in the cliffhanger way that all the other
it's not
season
a cliff.
finales end.
It's more to come, but not immediately.
Yeah, and I like that. Easy Sparky said, I give it a 5. The second part is a better to me. For 1 is better, yes. But this first part was not as great. There are some great parts in this one for sure. And Chibi Me 10 says, seems like the consensus is 5 of 7. I agree with the sentiment, but I'm also giving it a 5 chevrons, plus 1 flickering chevron. So good for it. I love that. That's such a cheeky way. That is such a cheeky way to get around David's system.
That's funny.
So funny.
I love that.
Lie. That is peak. That's so funny. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that for later because I want to remember that. I want to send that to people. That made me laugh. And then everyone else is appreciating soundtracks. And Gecko Fett said, "Oh man, that just hits the spot." Everyone's saying they love it. It's like Jaws. What a great piece of music. Jacob then comes in with a 7 chevrons. One of those early season episodes that reinforced SG-1 as a brand for me, not just another sci-fi show. One of the best finales and cliffhangers. If only Mr. Merrick had seen this episode.
Easy Sparky said, "Are we doing part 2? Yes, but you may want to watch it on your own, before December, January." Dan Ben, is David still doing videos? I'm assuming Dial the Gate. Yes. Go to dialthegate.com and you can see the queue for the rest of the year right there in terms of who has said yes, and some of those have already been shot on the right column. And I think that's that's most of it. Anthony, I'll put the best to worst episodes of season 3 in the chat when we do Fifth Element. So good.
Cool.
So
yeah, that's for people who don't know, who are new or anything, or just coming back. Midweek movie, Fifth Element. When we either come back or
when we return,
close to coming back. When David just goes, yeah, we're doing it that day, then we'll announce it.
We do a movie in between seasons of the show.
Do a sci-fi classic.
Yep.
Yeah, between seasons.
Doing Fifth Element next, which I haven't seen. So I will try not to watch it between now and then.
Oh, please don't.
So I can enjoy it with you guys for the first time.
I'm going to bring some chicken. I'm going to eat some chicken.
It's just going to have a different sort of flavor to it now, considering what's happened with Bruce Willis. So
yeah.
Exactly. That's very sad. I just want to throw in, by the way, just some random stuff coming in from the chat, which is Becca said, as a musician, I've always wanted to play Stargate music in an orchestra, which is cool. Just learned that Becca is a musician. Love that. Yeah, and just want to see if there's anything else going on in here that we need to know about. Dan Ben said, did they ever release Stargate music on CD? They did. For
Children of the Gods original. There was a Children of the Gods. Oh, okay. The Stargate feature film has had like 3 or 4 different releases. Children of the Gods original cut. Children of the Gods, they had a re-release with the version from the final cut. And then season 1 had all of its suites released, and then Arc of Truth,
that's what I was going to say.
Continuum, and Atlantis Atlantis pilot. So that's that's the music that's available on CD.
Yeah,
and
I have.
There's one album from who else did Stargate? They also released a Stargate album. What's the composer's name? Give me a moment here. Singularity was one of their episodes, and they put out an album, or not an album, but a soundtrack. Music, and of course, it's being difficult. Who did the music for Singularity?
Awkward timing.
Right, because we're bringing it up, and I want to make sure.
Pac-Man D3 said, I'm going to miss everyone. Hope you all take care of yourselves.
And the composer is Richard Band. Yeah. So he did a few episodes, and they are released on CD. And I've got the CD laying around here somewhere. I'd love to have them on.
I've got some of the CDs, and the rest of them I have digitally on my phone with iTunes and stuff because I think some of the rights have been changing, so they're no longer available, but I already had them from years before, so... Becca said, Nicole, did you see any of a couple of years ago, the BBC did a gaming music special? I did not. I would love that. Roger said instrumental music is one of my favorite genres. Same. I love it so much. Jetta said, I attended a video games live concert once. They played the tracks from various games. I did one last year in London, and I also attended the Assassin's Creed Orchestra just before COVID hit, and that was great.
So there is some.
Yeah, but they don't do them like
Yeah.
live with television. They just do them as like, hey, here's the music from this thing, and you're gonna sit here and watch the band while they play it. So
Right.
TV Me
no.
10 says no, it's fine. It's fine. I just the immersive experience of watching something with the thing like Star Wars, that'd be so cool.
Oh,
And I want it.
it's not the immersive as watching it.
That's what I mean. But I'm grateful for whatever I have.
Of course.
Chibi Me 10 said, my first day of chatting, I'm getting laughs and screenshotted. I wasn't ready for all this. All of you continue being the incredible people you are. Dan Ben's just saying, yeah. Easy Sparky says hosts 7 out of 7. Just a lot of Lock Watcher also throwing some love our way. Just everyone throwing some love our way. It's really lovely. Shimmering Victoria said it'll be interesting for you guys to review the novels. I mean, I've read some. I'm sure Yvie and I need to get stuck in. Don't think we'll review them in the normal sense, but
a few, but I haven't had time to read them yet.
2 episodes in Dial the Gate. One features an interview with Sally Malcolm, and then the Atlantis relaunch novel series.
Sally Malcolm, she's lovely.
She's wonderful.
We did meet Sally Malcolm, didn't we? Yeah.
Yep. Okay, guys. I think that's what we've got for you. We're gonna close up shop for a few months here.
I'm sad.
Yeah.
This is sad. I'm glad everyone's coming out of the woodwork. People are saying hello.
Yes,
it's so
thank
nice
you so
to
much
get
for
to know
dropping
everybody.
in.
I want to
Thank you so much,
say
guys.
how much both of you mean to me. It's so
I love
important
you.
to me. I love
And
you both
Yvie.
too, and
Yes.
I'm so thrilled to have you in my life. Thrilled to be on this journey with you, and
Cry.
yeah, and I'm going to enjoy the fact that I'm going to miss this much regular contact for the next few months. It's something to look forward to as we re-energize ourselves. So.
It's important to miss each other, so we don't get sick of each other.
Yeah.
But I'm not sick of you guys yet, so isn't that nice?
There you go.
Well, it's going to be nice having a little break, but yes, I will miss you guys, and kind of in a weird way miss getting up at 3 a.m. on a Monday. My Mondays are going to feel weird for a while.
Glutton for
and when we come
Yes.
back, we're going to be, for the UK people and US people, we're going to be the hours are going to be
The
different.
hours are going to be different.
By the time
Yes.
we're back, the clocks will have changed again.
That's
So
right.
for Australia, it'll be the same as whatever Yvie has right now, but it will go back to 8 p.m. UK time and midday.
Yeah.
For David, which
So,
is what time is that?
It's gonna return to noon Pacific time here when we come back.
There it is.
Pacific time.
So,
yeah.
Because
and
it's 1 o'clock Pacific time when we.
And so anyone in
normally start.
Europe who has the time difference, for you guys, which is an hour or two from England, just go England is going to be 8 p.m. So you adjust accordingly.
Well, just
'Cause that's what I usually
look
post.
for the posting on YouTube, and it will be adjusted to your local time. So, if you have any questions about that, or Google it. Google what Pacific time is in relation to your own. I'm Central time, but I mean, they're all in Hollywood and Vancouver, so all of my contacts on Dial the Gate. So that's the show is always Pacific time first. That's right. That's why it's not. It's
I've
not
got
where
some
I am.
got some nice last comments that are going to make me really emotional. This is so sad. Becca said, "Thank you for all your hard work. I've loved spending my Sunday evenings watching Stargate with you, and look forward to when we start back up again. I hope you enjoy your break." Block Watcher said, "Enjoy your break." Gecko Fett said, "I'll miss this Sunday event." And Jean Diana said, all my Sunday streamers are not streaming anymore. I don't know what I'll do.
Oh.
Yeah, so, but, sorry.
There's
but,
tons of sci-fi shows out there. I just finished Manifest. I loved it.
Yeah.
If you've
I
not
need
seen
to
Lost,
watch
go
that.
watch Lost. It's my favorite sci-fi show.
Go watch Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar
Xena.
Galactica. Yeah, there's plenty to watch. So
Go play video games. And also, actually, anybody in the chat who's a gamer who's playing Starfield or Alan Wake over the next few months, please tweet me, private message me. I don't care. I need people to talk to about this.
Yeah.
So, I want to have a nice chat with everyone because I'm going to miss everyone. Okay, now we
We'll
should
be
really
back
get off the
soon.
stream.
we are the Wormhole Extremists. I'm David.
Thanks, guys.
Nicole.
Thanks.
Yvie.
Thank you, everyone.
Take care of yourselves. Be well.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.